Ooh.
You know who? Thor.
Thor?
The first Thor, whoever did the videography for that movie, it was a lot of shots like this.
Like the twisties?
Yeah. Or like even like just a stationary but super crooked.
It's artsy fartsy.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I think it looks stupid.
Everybody keep talking.
Ba 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 ba.
Fix that camera.
That's fine.
Little left, little right. Oh, can't
crooked
see
on
it
here,
anymore.
but it looks crooked on
Hopefully it
the
goes
thing.
well. Okay, it looks a little off.
No, it's not.
Oh, sorry, I can.
Sorry.
No, it looks
That's
alright.
not bad.
As
Yeah,
long
I'll
as they're
take
both
that.
tilted the same direction.
Exactly.
Fine.
It's all about balance.
The world's
Feng shui.
off. The cameras are fine. Just burped through my nose. That really hurt.
Ooh.
Spicy. Speaking of spicy, we got the sponsor on the table here.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's make sure we get label, front shot.
Yep.
Check. These are Matthew's levels. They sound pretty good.
Check. These are Oliver's levels.
Ooh. Check. These are Bryce's levels. Oh.
Check, Brandon. Check. Oh.
I think this mixer works a lot better than the other one on the 4 channels.
Good.
It is a squid.
What else did I play? Let's check my notes.
Did you guys watch that Cyberpunk video?
No.
I watched like
Me.
I watched like 45 seconds of it, and I was just like,
Yeah, I'm
that's
sold.
fucking good. Yep.
I wasn't gonna watch it because I know I'm getting it, but I can't remember. Oh, it's a bit of a slow news week, so I watched a good like half an hour of it maybe.
Big chunk.
Oh, I made sure to watch it because I'm like super hyped for that game for some reason.
I just want to
Looks good.
I know I'm going to get it, and I'm confident I'm going to like it. So now I just want to like put the blinders on and not hear anything more.
It's me and
I
Red
just
Dead.
really, I did it with Spider-Man too. That second Spider-Man trailer came out. I didn't even touch it because I saw that first one. And I was
Oh.
like, oh, I'm good.
Have you even seen Mr. Negative?
Yeah, that's one I've seen.
Okay, yeah.
Then there's one that's more like gameplay flying around the city. I didn't watch any of that.
Oh, Mr. Negative's so fucking cool.
This Negative does look pretty cool.
That game's out in like
It's weird that
a
you're
week.
like,
That game's out in a week.
It's weird that you're like so like hype on that character.
I love the look of him.
Okay.
He's very, very cool. I love how all his like projectiles are just the inverted color.
No
very good.
emails? Is that intentional?
No emails.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a slow week. You know, we've either answered every question or solved every dispute in the land. So
No corrections.
Nothing
either.
from
That's
Gamescom
fine.
or
Wild.
no corrections. PAX is next week, and Gamescom was
PAX is right now.
Was
PAX is right now.
second?
We had a day of PAX.
Second to the 5th or whatever.
Oh, I thought a bunch of trailers for Gamescom, so I thought something was out. The Sinking
maybe.
City.
I don't know what that is. No, I don't have anything from PAX. And Gamescom news we kind of filtered in last week.
There's usually not a ton of stuff comes out of PAX News-wise, is there?
No.
Yeah.
Same with Gamescom.
board
It's kind of
game.
hit or miss. Like the Cyberpunk thing was out of Gamescom.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it's they're not shy about their nudity, I suppose, in that game.
Yeah.
That game in that
Titties.
45 minutes, everything. I saw the gambit in that trailer.
Yeah.
Yep, within the first 5 minutes, naked women, naked men.
You see a hoo-ha?
I did not see a hoo-ha.
Or Ding Dong.
I might have seen a ding dong. I don't know. I mean, when in the future, when everyone is augmenting themselves, at what point am I seeing a prosthetic? If I see a prosthetic ding dong, is that still a ding dong?
You get to put a ding-dong right on your
absolutely
forehead
a
at some
ding-dong.
point.
Well, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just stick them wherever you want.
Like, if you wanted to put a ding-dong on your forehead, would it be weird to look at it as another person?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
would
think
I-
on your forehead would be weird, but if it replaces your nose, totally fine.
That's fine.
But then would I just be looking at your nose?
Yeah.
Or would I be looking at your,
The hybrid.
I think it's a nose.
I think it's
it's a
fine.
nose.
Do you still have the one down below, or is that the
Probably.
Is that the only one?
Probably. No, I'm more additive. I'm not a mover. I'm more like more is better. More is better.
It'd be like people would be like, "Don't look at that," and I'd be like, "Don't put it on your face."
Where else was I supposed to put it?
Yeah.
Replace all of your fingers.
You still got a boner the same way? He's like Pinocchio when he fucking tells a
Yeah,
lie.
probably.
Yeah.
Whoop. I'm gonna not spill this week.
Like, excuse me.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
awkward.
wasn't it?
Oh, this is awkward.
No, the other one's going. Oh no!
That game, that trailer looks weird. That trailer looks very weird.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it on the show proper, but
Probably not as weird as the trailer we just drummed up.
it's almost as
Is it
it's
straight
pretty
up there?
close. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty close.
Something,
It's
yeah.
very weird. It's
What's
a
the
weird, like, awesomely weird. You want to start a podcast?
Let's
As
do it.
soon as we're on a time crunch, on a crime punch.
I got 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Lots of podcasts.
More than long enough. Hey, everybody. Alex, remind folks as they trickle in that we're doing this. I left my phone at home, so I can't read the chat if I wanted to.
That's weird.
Yeah, I hope it's at home.
I spent the entire podcast in the chat, the last show you guys did.
Good.
Yep. Just calling you guys idiots.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
He's
much.
wrong about this.
Taking us on
fact
Wrong
checking
about
for him.
this. Wrong about wrong.
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 I know you could.
Wrong.
Opinions can't be wrong.
Y'all are
Wrong.
idiots.
That's a stupid
You would,
opinion.
yeah, you wouldn't think so, but you're just the surrogate voice for the entire
for
audience.
everybody. Yeah. Oh fuck! Did I laugh when I sent that video? But my god, did it not play like 25 minutes after the fact?
Teaching Miss
It was
Annie
the
how to
way.
dance.
It was the way.
That's
It was the way he
dancing.
described it because he's like, well, I kind of have to like show her. He's like, okay, like first you jump up here and then you jump, and I popped into my head and I sent it. And then as soon as Warren was like showing you, I was like, this is not going to play anymore. It's the kind of thing that had to be like put in front of you right when you were saying what you were saying for it to work.
It took me a few minutes to realize what you're talking about, but yeah. However, this is just how you do it. How come you can't do it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just simple. You jump up here and then 2 wall jumps and
Wall jump.
yeah, you want
Then
to
you do the
super here, turn into the chicken.
Yeah.
Float over here, turn back, switch the realities, and
Like, why the fuck aren't you getting it?
no. Except then that girl just went up and did it too. So I guess
Yeah,
that's the opposite of actually how it goes, probably. But.
Bojangles?
Oh,
I don't. Is that who's that? Is that?
I think that's the
That was
guy.
a black dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I only know it from the Simpsons spoof.
yeah.
Of like
Was it Simpsons?
Yeah,
I thought it was Family Guy.
He teaches her tappa 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 when Lisa wants to be a tap dancer.
Oh yeah.
Like, he'd use a little more instruction than tappa tappa tappa. I didn't tap all those messages to the reds till my shoes filled with blood. Like the whole.
Would it kill for tappa tappa
Yeah,
tappa?
exactly. Pull up, pull up, pull up.
Did you guys watch Disenchanted?
Not yet.
What? What does
I
that
might-
mean? What does
It's
that
not
mean?
Oh
great.
really?
I'm 5
It's the new
episodes
greening.
in. I hear the end.
Oh,
It's on
I've,
Netflix.
yeah,
On
I've
Netflix.
seen the trailers. No.
Yeah.
Nah.
I couldn't even make it past the first one.
It's not punchy like Futurama is. It's very. They
Oh.
fumble the joke around and then drop it and then move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
kind of like this show.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not bad.
I mean, we're charming enough, though.
Yeah.
You'd think Matt Groening would have his whole shtick. in
All of
check.
those people.
Maybe.
They're all
I
good
think-
voice actors.
I think he
Is he still funny?
is Matt funny.
Yeah.
I don't think Matt's been funny in a long time.
That's what I was gonna say. It's
Say-
like the way Simpsons kind of went.
Yeah, and like it was the writers for Simpsons are where the comedy came from. I think most of it when like Conan
Now,
was
Is
writing
he not
for him.
writing?
I don't.
Does he not write that?
I
Or
don't
did he
know.
just
I don't
create
know.
I thought
it?
he just produces
Draws
or
it.
something.
I don't
They
know.
look
then
exactly
I
the
have
same
no
as the
idea.
Simpsons. They got the same like lips and shit.
And eyes.
Yeah.
Same like.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Graining
Animation
eyes,
is
yeah.
Futurama. Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the genre change. That's why they're fumbling with it.
I heard that.
Can't handle fantasy. Only sci-fi.
I heard that space one is really good.
Final Space.
Yeah.
It is kind of mediocre. The ending is phenomenal though.
How many episodes?
Just 10. It's not bad. The first 2 episodes
Half an
god
hour?
awful.
Half an hour
But
or
then
an hour?
it kind of won me over a little bit.
Yeah, how long are the episodes?
20, I think.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
I think made for TV times.
Watch that in a night.
More into Japanese animation these
Oh,
days.
thank you. No, thank you.
Tell
They
me
started,
more.
they started trying to sell me seasons of Dragon Ball Super on my Xbox randomly.
Oh, you should
And I
buy.
was
You've
like-
seen them, I think,
And I
right?
was like, how did you find this
Yes.
out,
Oh,
Xbox?
Oh no!
How'd you learn this about me? Did you talk to Google?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm not caught up, but I watched up until the end of that like space tournament.
Yeah, I think you and I are in the same spot. It was like up to because that was the end of the English dubs, I think, for a long time.
Yeah.
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 Space tournament.
It went into a very obvious like here's a couple filler episodes before the next big thing.
Yeah.
And I fell off during the filler episodes.
Is Z after Kai? Or, sorry. Is
Super is
Super
after
after Kai?
and Kai is a redub of Z.
Yeah.
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 Kai is like 500 episodes turned into like 80 or whatever.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fast.
I'm watching the Kai version of Full Metal Alchemist. It's called Brotherhood instead of Kai. It's very good. It's fucked. It's
Anime
some
sucks.
no, it
Yes,
doesn't. No,
Anime sucks.
you know
Dragon
what
Ball Z.
you know what I've realized is that it's just
That you suck.
that you suck. Yeah, it's just the
I-
style of animation. Like it's just
No.
stories being.
It does suck, but it's nice filler in the
But
background.
there's so much like there's
don't
so
want to focus on
much
it.
reused fucking rehash things like anime tropes. Like I watch Batman Ninja and I love Batman, you guys.
Yeah.
But Batman Ninja is way more anime than it is Batman.
There are some tropes. Like
So many.
blood
Holy-
shoots out of noses from time to time.
They're fucking Two-Face, the Penguin, Poison Ivy, Catwoman all have their own goddamn giant mechs.
I'm not here to defend
sounds-
whatever
that
shitty
sounds- that
Batman
sounds
anime. Listen,
No.
I'm into that.
The Holy Trinity is Dragon Ball, Jackie Chan Adventure, and Pokemon.
OJ is such
Are
a
you watching
fucking Dan
Pokemon on
Riker.
Twitch?
You're right.
No, but I should be. Because it's probably the only way to watch those, like...
With 5,000 other people, yeah.
Exactly. Talk about how shitty a trainer Ash is.
He's so bad. Every now and again, you hear a poker rap that you remember as a kid, and you're like, "Oh, this is uh-oh." Did you know Diglett can pull its head to the ground, to quote Gary Oak, at the speed of light?
Yeah.
The speed.
You don't even see it go down.
Light.
You don't even see it go down.
Motherfucking Oak.
Gary motherfucking Oak.
Was it
It
Gary
has to be
or his
true.
old man?
It was Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It was
Well,
Professor.
that kid could just be shitting
The
me.
speed of light.
No.
It would destroy the Earth. It would destroy something.
Not if he could, like, slam on the
barrier.
brakes at equal...
Slight. No, that's the light. That's like the reality barrier.
Maybe it's like positive negative force. It also goes light speed the other direction and it balances
Oh
out.
shit,
It
that's
opens to, like, a
true.
portal.
That's
Pokemon
good.
magic.
That's good thinking.
Yeah.
Pokemon is a fine show, but Ash is a terrible trainer.
Oh, it's the
true.
worst.
They're all terrible. They're all terrible. Misty has a
Some bad
Staryu
decisions are made.
and
You
a
leave Brock
Starmie.
alone.
What is, Brock never fights.
Yeah.
Brock has an Onix that crushes every single thing that isn't like a water Pokemon, and he's just like, I'm a breeder.
Yeah, he's a
I need
breeder.
numbers.
The best fighters are the ones who know
And he
they
likes
don't
all
have
the
to.
ladies.
Give me numbers,
and he's
ladies.
the master chef.
Yeah.
Is he a master chef? I don't
He's
know.
quite-
Hey, I think he
quite
always
a chef,
cuts for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him throw a rice ball with like I don't know. It's like the triangular like rice balls with the little seaweed piece on it. He threw it and Mankey punched it, and then he said, "Oh no, my donut."
Yeah.
So that's not a.
That might have
I
got
don't
lost in
think
translation a little bit. Yeah.
Immersion ruined.
Yeah.
Between that and the speed of light, I don't think I can ever watch Pokemon again.
I liked getting Pokemon Red and having the chance to like just run through that game and beat the Elite Four so that I could really say like Ash was fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, Ash
this was
sucked.
easy.
Idiot. He's very
This is
bad.
fucking easy.
It's truly awful.
Level up and evolve your garbage Pokemon.
Yep.
Get some good abilities.
Yep.
One of his Pokemon went to sleep
Train
during
him.
like the final 16 of a tournament. Just went to sleep. You
Was
don't put
it-
a Pokemon
was it
out.
Snorlax?
It was
Which one went to sleep?
Charizard.
Oh yeah, Charizard got a
went to
real
fucking sleep.
real attitude problem.
Don't put that guy in the game.
I wouldn't even bring him. Send him
Yeah,
to Oak.
Exactly.
Man caught a muck is probably his strongest Pokemon. Just sent it away. Didn't even care. Idiot.
Oh,
He is
garbage.
stupid.
It's
Like that game.
What is it? September. What's the date?
The
third?
This is the 31st
Third.
today.
It is It's
third.
Third on Monday.
Third
Third
on
on
Monday.
Monday.
Okay, here we go. Buckle up. It's September the 3rd, 2018. Welcome to the 240th edition of the Talking Reckless podcast. I'm your host, Matt Eads, joined by
Brandon Lynch. You put your finger on to the sky.
Oliver Aguilar.
Bryce.
I thought you were gonna say God. Can you
Team
put your finger up in
Rockets. I was trying to actually, as I was doing it, I was kind of trying to hope that I could get back into the, like, okay, we get prepared for trouble. Where did the part where they all say their names? Can we?
Jesse.
Brandon.
James.
Yeah. Hey, we are not here to make fun of James, all right?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Hero of the
Jesse
show.
is ridiculous, James. It's great hair.
You know James is a boy.
I did know that. I'd always sort of assumed.
He's just fabulous.
Yeah. There's a Pokemon marathon going on Twitch right now, which
How far in are they?
not far, like episodes 20 to 30 this week or what. They do it in week chunks, I think, of 10 episodes a week or something like that.
The Netflix in Canada, it cuts it off right when it starts getting good. Starts
when-
getting towards like that 7th and 8th badge.
Oh
You go
yeah.
to the po-
Yeah.
the episodes just cut off.
He's got 6 right now. He
got
opened,
6?
he opened his coat and he had 6,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Which like I was old enough to watch that. It started airing here in '98. I was old enough to catch it on TV original airing, and it's
dope.
Matt Eads nostalgia. It kind of holds up. It holds up better than Yu-Gi-Oh. I'll say.
No.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Have you tried to watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
Nope.
It's real rough.
I barely tried to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! The first time.
Nah, it was
alright?
it was okay.
You had to have the Ice Dragon and you won.
Yeah, well,
That's what I
he's
remember.
blue eyes White Dragon. He's
Yeah.
pretty good, but he's not the best. I don't-
You just played a lot of card games recently, and the illusion's gone. Like this would never work in real game.
It's true. Yes.
Yeah, you can't just believe in the cards and you'll get the card you
No.
need.
And
But you did almost every time.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, they just make up their own rules too, where
Yeah.
it's like
My Dark Magician has 20 lines
Yep,
of text. Surprise!
exactly.
It's
Or-
just not on there.
or it's like I got Yugi beat or whatever, and every single time it's like he's forgetting about this super obscure rule that I'm gonna pull on him right now by playing this one obscure card that says "fuck you" every single time.
It's the worst card in the deck, but you lose in
Yep.
this situation.
Every time.
Have you played cribbage recently? Like, I imagine when people were originally playing cribbage, it was kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh. Just like when someone cuts a jack on top of the deck. Oh, that's 2 points.
Yeah, that's 2.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
I
point.
get 2.
Or I have a jack and its suit matches the cut suit. Ah, it's an extra point.
Where I come from, we make sure if you have the Queen of Spades, that's actually minus 5 points.
Oh,
So
see,
everyone has their own
old
regional
card
variant.
games are bullshit, just like Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's not like a good old-fashioned Pokemon fight, am I right?
Yeah,
2 animals in the ring until one is dead.
no shenanigans there.
Nope.
No.
It's a weird thing. It's on.
faint.
They do faint. They talk about death in the show.
Sure. If Charizard's fire on his tail goes out,
That's
he's
exactly
dead.
what I was thinking of. Yeah. And oh man, what a shitty Pokemon.
If you shoot a Pokemon in the face,
What a shitty
It's
Pokemon
dead.
it was. Yeah, because Ash like kept it alive, and I think
was-
he
he was
human bridged over to like
But
keep
he's
the water
a
off.
dragon.
he was a piece of shit, like well through. But that's what you need. Like you need a Pokemon who's a piece of shit for plot.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Ash was also kind of a piece of shit.
Bulbasaur was an asshole, though.
he's 10. You know,
Yeah, no,
he's actually 10.
He's a real bad dude. Like he says some stuff to Misty that's just like I'm pretty sure he popped her one a couple times, like hit her over the head with a bicycle or something.
He thinks girls are gross. He's 10.
Yeah.
Also, Misty has a star you and a star me. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the lamest shit I've ever heard, and she uses them both. Oh, you beat Star You, huh? How about Star Me?
Does it start me better?
Yeah, well,
That's
I
at least
guess.
the order you should put them out.
Yes. It's a lot of fun. Hey, welcome to the show. Hi. We're going to talk Ask Anime. I'm anime expert now. I have, now I stream anime reaction videos all the time, 24 hours a day, actually. If you head to talkingreckless.com/live, you can find me there right now talking about Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and the other animes. All of them. The Cowboy Bebops of the world, Is Blaze Blue?
It's a shame video games didn't work out.
Is
for
that a
you.
fighting game or an anime? I don't know, but
It's both.
I'm all over it. Yep,
Yeah.
it's great.
Would you call yourself the W word?
Yes, I
Ooh.
would. Yeah, I would say that
A
I.
It's a
whore?
badge of honor.
I'm an anime whore. That's right. I stream full time. I stream full time video games. Sometimes anime video games. We played Oscar's Wrath not all that long ago over on talkingreckless.com/live. Would love to have you come hang out.
That might as well be Dragon Ball Z.
It might. It's a whole
It's
level
it's
above
bigger,
Dragon
yeah.
Ball Z. Oh man, Oscar's Wrath. I can't remember if I talked about it on the show last week. I'm sure I did. Is still fantastic. It's so good.
Did you find your copy or did you get a new copy?
I did it. So we did it on PlayStation Now,
Oh yeah.
which worked really well. Except you can't no game. You can't buy DLC on any game for PlayStation Now. So we had to watch the ending on YouTube. Which
Oh.
was a fine way to do that, honestly. You know what? If you want to feel like you're playing, just mash
push the
circle
buttons.
along with them.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all video games are.
Can you tell me what happens?
In Oscar's Wrath.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are the gods who are like kind of robots, and there are mortals, and the gods focus the prayers of mortals into mantra, and there is this will of the planet called the Goma, I think, the red monster things, and the Goma doesn't like the gods, and the gods don't like the Goma, so it's this war between them, and mortals are caught in the middle. And Asura gets betrayed by the gods, but he's so angry
Because he was one of them.
because he was one of them. Yes,
He's very God of War.
he was wrath. They kind of
Yeah.
each represent like one cardinal sin, and he gets sent to hell. He dies 5 times, 5 times, 6 times. I don't know. He climbs out of Hades 6 times, and it turns out that the real God, the creator, manipulated all this to make Asura die, and then he just did all this stuff and overthrow everything. And he goes, "Here you go, Asura. You fix the world. It's yours now. You're the god of this world." And he holds his hand out to shake, and there's a thing that says "press circle to extend hand," and you press it, and he extends his hand right into that god's face, and then you fight God, and then you beat God, and then everything's kind of okay.
That's the actual ending?
Yes.
Well, how does the game proper end?
You go to Hades and kind of hang out there.
There's something about a golden bug.
Yeah,
An owl.
yeah. The golden spider,
Spider.
is the one who he is.
Oh, yeah, he's talking shit to you.
he's the
as
creator.
you-
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
It's been a long time.
yeah. I'm trying to think where it ends. It cuts off. There is still one of the 7 alive. One of the 7 generals. You kill 6 of them, and Olga is still unaccounted for, and Asura is in Hades. And then the game ends unless you buy the DLC, which is crazy.
No.
And then if you buy it, it really doubles down on. Oh, it's good. It's
Yep.
so good. Holy fuck! That game ends with you like with like black holes colliding into one another, and Asura catching suns, and
Yeah, I remember like fighting a guy on a moon, and he like puts his sword through a planet.
Yeah.
And me being like, "This is the craziest thing I've ever seen," and then that being like the least crazy thing that happens in that game.
that's the second boss. Yeah, that guy's great. He shows you his ass in a hot tub, which is good stuff.
I remember the hot tub scene.
Yeah. Yeah, he stabs his sword all the way through planet Earth, skewers you through planet Earth, and it comes out the other side.
Yep. You went through the core.
And that's when I knew I loved anime. I don't. Anime's fine. Oliver's in here talking a bunch of shit about anime. I am for real watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is very good. Oliver hates anime.
Full Metal Alchemist. I'm unfamiliar, but that has like a big robot.
He's a suit of armor.
Suit of armor.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a suit of armor.
Yeah.
He used to be people.
He did used to be people. He's Full Metal fellow weeb.
Someone gave me the rundown.
Oh,
I got
okay.
Reader's Digest version.
Is Trigun? Is it Trigun on your?
I don't know what that is, but I've heard the name, so I'm sure I'll end up. It's people coming into the Twitch chat and being like, "You should watch this." I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Done.
I remember one of our listeners suggested an anime that plays on Netflix, and it seemed cool. It's just like I was like, "Oh, anime is not
You
good."
gotta know what you're getting into, right? It's like Metal Gear. It's like
Was it the Castlevania one?
you gotta know what you're getting into. The Castlevania one's very
You should
good.
watch Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yeah.
That's I believe that's American
Yeah,
animation.
that's not
but
technically-
Still counts.
And
Yeah.
I don't. That's what I asked in our little Discord channel. I was like, well, I really like Jackie Chan Adventures. Does that count? If Pokemon counts,
That's true.
Jackie Chan Adventures. I mean, Pokemon is Japanese. I'm pretty sure Jackie Chan Adventures is just American.
Yeah,
I think it
guess
came out of
so.
WB Studios.
It's just a cartoon at that point.
Yeah, it's the best cartoon.
It's really good.
Oh man, skip that last season. All the rest
Yes.
are gold.
watch Batman Ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How cool did
it's cool.
How
Say you don't
skinny,
like
how
it,
skinny
though.
is Batman?
That's not a good endorsement.
The thing is like it's regular like Gotham Batman, but
Okay.
He gets caught in some sort of time warp, and he gets warped back to feudal Japan, where
Okay.
Joker has sort of fashioned himself as a emperor.
Is Joker immortal?
I have a question. Yeah, did Joker warp back before? Or
I don't know.
What is the
I
context?
don't know, you guys.
Joker
And
just
then
super old.
no, it's Gorilla Grodd. He's the talking gorilla.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
Winston.
He's this genius gorilla, and he made a sort of time warp machine, and I think he exploded it or detonated it in Arkham Asylum.
Whoops.
Yep, bad place.
It's my bad.
And so they all warp back into feudal Japan, and Joker is like the emperor, but there are like 5 different like prefectures, and each is run by like the Penguin, Two-Face, Catwoman.
They're all out there.
Yeah, and they're all there, and it sounds cool, and I was totally into it up until like it just got anime.
You mentioned mech suits. How does feudal Japan and mech suits kind of meet?
Are
Tell
they
me more.
Anime.
Are they like? Is it like old? Is it like the mechs are made of like wooden shingles? Like that? They look like the house. Okay,
Yep,
yeah.
yeah.
They're clockwork mechs.
Yeah,
That's
like
super cool.
very
I'm
like.
into it. Do they combine at any point?
I don't know.
You didn't finish?
There was a point where I'm like, I've had enough of this.
See, I love Batman.
Metal Gear is really anime.
I know, and this is like the weird like conflict in me. It's because I know Metal Gear is very anime.
Yeah. Even down to the tropes you hate in anime are very prevalent in Metal Gear.
Yeah.
But I mean, Hideo Kojima just grounds it in like sort of realism, and that's not a good word for it.
Nope.
In a way that I'm like, all right, I'm totally into this.
Yeah.
We're all of us living in the shadow of Sahelanthropus.
Yeah, and
Now
like
and forever.
now that I mentioned like there's a Two-Face fucking mech and like a Catwoman mech and a Penguin
Just
mech.
Metal Gears,
Like,
brother.
Metal
They're
Gear.
just they can launch nukes anywhere.
I'm a sucker.
Anime's all right. I don't know. It is very tropey. I know what you mean. There's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot of specifically blood shooting out of noses.
Yeah.
And but whatever. Like I'm over it. You know. There will be a character who will have a very prominent bosom that someone will fall into at some point. Someone will face first into it. It happens. Happens in real life probably. I've never seen it happen, but apparently Japan has very waxy floors where everybody's just slipping all the time.
Banana peels everywhere.
Exactly. You just get over it. You just deal with it. And now I love anime.
Sure. Okay.
Avatar. Was that the one you're looking for?
No.
Does that count too?
No,
Avatar's
like
an anime.
Airbender.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
That's
That's
seems like
solid
an
anime.
anime.
I believe that is
Not the one with the blue people.
No, James Cameron Avatar. No. Yeah. I don't know Naruto and Boruto.
Blade,
Watch.
Sword Art Online.
All the Mission Impossible movies, not anime, but very tropey. In a 2-day span,
Just to catch up for that
just
new
to
one?
catch up for the new one.
That's a real roller coaster of highs and lows.
No, it's like a gradual increase.
Yeah,
They're kind of cool
Okay.
movies.
Yeah, they are. They are like, I don't know where I got the idea where Mission Impossible movies were stupid, but then I watched them all, and the first one is like very young Tom Cruise, and it's like, this is like a spy movie, and you were supposed to be dead and you're alive, and you guys switched sides twice, and I don't know what's going on.
There's always
Wait,
the
that happened in the
face
first movie as well?
That's the whole thing. So the whole thing's apparently based on a show that came out, and like the thing about Mission Impossible is unrealistically high tech gadgets and the ability to like have real faces as masks.
Yeah, totally. Sometimes like a
Just
few
cut
masks.
them off someone's head. and put 'em
Sometimes
on-
a few masks deep. Or am I imagining that?
Yeah.
They totally. Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to remember because I was talking to Bryce about this outside before we started. I don't know if I ever saw this person took off their mask and then this person took off another mask anywhere in that. That might be like
That's in this one.
That might be a Family Guy joke.
That's the
Maybe.
jump the shark. They
Yeah.
had to save that for the 6th movie.
I sort of remember like 2 layers of masks.
Yeah, I
Is
thought
that
someone
not a
had
thing?
that.
No,
That could have been
I'm-
a spoof, though.
was-
That just
Yeah,
got
I think it
big.
was a spoof on something because
okay.
I remembered it too, and then I was like, I don't know if that
Maybe
actually
that's Face
ever
Off.
happened. Face
Just
Off
Nicolas
probably
Cage,
Face
John Travolta. Then I don't know what's underneath that.
There's nothing underneath that.
Duh.
I want to take his face off.
those movies have a very similar arc to Fast and Furious, where it's like if you go back and watch first ones, you're like, oh, these guys took their idea very seriously for a while, and then all of a sudden, I think the first one came out in '96, the next one came out in 2000, and then there was like a massive break, and the next one came out in like 2006, and they just started being like, just got to blow stuff like he's got to be on top of Dubai towers and shit. We haven't had him high enough. We haven't blown up enough big shit.
Climb the outside of this glass building. I remember that.
And I watched 4 and 5 especially, and I was like, these are fucking fantastic movies.
Is one of them called Rogue Nation?
Yeah, it's the most recent one other than the one that's out now.
So Ghost Protocol was 4.
Before that,
Rogue
yeah.
Okay, so
And then-
damn.
What's the new one called?
Fallout.
Fallout? What? I don't know why. I don't know. Brando said it, and everyone looked at me. It's like,
Is this right? Yeah.
yes.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
With a mustache.
He's a Superman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear
Okay.
about the whole Batman? No, Justice League
Wouldn't
thing?
shave.
They wouldn't allow because they had to do retakes of Justice League while Henry Cavill was filming that movie Mission Impossible, and he had that mustache, and they would not let him shave. Did you guys not hear about this?
No.
I heard something about the mustache.
Yeah.
Why
Yes.
would can you not grow the mustache back?
I don't know. They
Maybe
would
he's
not
like
let
me.
him shave.
Maybe it's
But-
like unless you're gonna give me the necessary year and a half to grow this back, then
But if you guys watch Justice League again, you've heard about this.
I've
right?
heard about it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
said terrible CGI his lips.
Yeah, and it looks fucking terrible.
is that
Really?
the most recent?
Yes.
Like that's in the Justice League movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Man, there's so much money behind that movie. They can CGI fucking entire films now. They can't CGI the mustache off. It must
No.
be a
Well,
glorious mustache.
They had to, but it looks fucking brutal.
That sucks. That's another reason I guess I will never watch those movies.
It's okay. It sounds like Fallout is way better than that movie. So
Yeah.
Worth the stash.
Yeah, totally worth it.
Keep the stash on them. I'm excited actually.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
going
going
right
tonight.
after this. Yeah.
We better get talking
In
about
IMAX.
D-Box.
Ooh,
No, I don't like the D-box.
never get the D-box.
I've never once done it. I don't even
like sitting near the D-box. Sometimes it's like fucking like I can hear the seats behind me like kicking around.
Oh,
And
really?
I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Halfway through, I just turned it off. It's not enjoyable.
Is it like aggressively? It's like the thing that
Depends
shakes your
on the
chair,
movie,
right?
Yeah.
If you're in IMAX anyway, like I don't know how it's like in a regular theater, but if you're in IMAX, the sound's usually punching you enough.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're like, I don't need more like physical jolts. Like I remember when I watched what was that war one, Dunkirk, and every time the gun went off, it was like it felt like my heart was like the beat was changing.
Yeah.
Because the music was so loud. It was like boom, 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 boom.
I remember seeing The Dark Knight in IMAX, and you know, like when Joker's setting stuff up, and it's just that real weird like guitar whine. It's that one high note, and hearing it in IMAX, it's like, oh, this is physically uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's a lot like Dunkirk. Same director and everything, but instead it's like a clock tick almost, where it's like, and it's like you're like, I'm going insane.
What about video games, Brandon Lynch?
Before we move on to that, I watched Jurassic Park, the recent one. What is it?
World?
Jurassic World.
The second new one
Chris
is out,
Pratt
right?
too.
Lost Kingdom or something. Whatever.
Chris Pratt too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched that on my TV. We streamed it. But I'm like, fuck, this movie was probably gonna be awesome, or would have been awesome in the theaters. Did you guys ever see that movie?
I saw the first
I haven't
Chris
watched
Pratt
either
one.
of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're very good movies. This one goes fucking high. Really starts really high, and it's on the island, and like this volcano is blowing up, and they're just like running for their lives. Dinosaurs are running for their lives, and then it's just fucking.
Hang on, do they? Why don't they just? So the island is blowing up, and they're like, "We got to save the dinosaurs." Is that the plot?
Yes.
Oh my, for real?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll just take them to New York. Everything will be
It'll
fine.
be fine.
Yes. Well,
Let's put them in a boat and ship them over.
It's the heroes think, okay, well, let's team up with these guys because these guys are philanthropists and they want to save the dinosaurs, and let's take them to this dinosaur sanctuary where there are no catastrophic volcanoes. But they get double crossed, and these the philanthropic people
double crosses
Full
them?
on rapists.
I don't know, shadowy, like
okay.
dinosaur traffickers.
Not the dinosaurs.
No,
Okay.
sorry. Dinosaur traffickers.
Yeah.
And then in the end, they bring them to I don't know, somewhere America, and decide to traffic them.
Sure. Why wouldn't you?
As you do,
A lot of money
yeah,
to be
totally.
made there.
Yeah,
That-
millions on millions.
Jurassic Park one was fun.
Jurassic Park 1?
The original
Yes,
Jurassic
very-
Park
very
is,
much
is
so.
a lot
It's
of fun.
insane how well that movie holds
Yeah.
up. Because whenever I picture it in my head, I'm like, oh, this is fucking dinosaurs are gonna look like shit, and then you watch it, and you're like,
Yeah,
it's not so
Yeah, it
bad
does.
actually.
For real.
I remember like I think one is a lot of fun, and then I think 3 is maybe. There's one where the raptors talk, and
Raptor's just talking that guy's dream, I think.
No, actually
in the
talk,
dream.
and he blows in the. He gets a skull, a raptor skull. I think it's Sam Neill gets a raptor skull and can like
kind of communicate with them?
toot to the raptors to be like, go over here or
They're
whatever.
they're not speaking.
No, but he learns how to
okay.
communicate with they in the dream where it's like,
You're right.
hello, Dr. Grant or whatever.
Yeah, 2 and 3 were no good.
Yeah, the new ones. I don't like the Chris Pratt ones.
Chris Pratt, the Chris Pratt ones are totally okay.
I can kind of watch Chris Pratt in anything.
Yeah.
He'll
I mean,
still
so could
amuse
I,
me
but
in a way.
Charming
Like,
dude.
I also sort of don't like how they undersell how horrifically people die in specifically that Chris Pratt one, Jurassic Park, where like people just getting fucking ripped apart,
Yeah.
like literally torn limb from limb, and it's like kids watching. They're like, oh, I guess he's not coming back. Like if I saw this, I would fall to my knees. Like, man, I don't know.
the guy got eaten on the toilet.
He's like training the raptors, and the blue remembers that's
I like that.
No,
I really
thanks.
like that. He raised, and they really lean on that in this one because
good.
blue is like a key to fucking everything for whatever. But they really lean into his relationship with his fucking dinosaur that he raised from childhood. Or
You have to have a good dinosaur. We've had so many bad
baby
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
We don't. Nah.
No, dinosaurs should always be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're born heels. They're extinct for a reason.
Yeah.
Jerks.
Yeah,
Yoshi
big
is a
guys won't.
treat.
Yo, don't ever. You get that out of here. You get that out of here. Him, but he deserves to join Luigi.
I forget that he's a dinosaur.
Hell. Is he really? I
He's
guess
a dinosaur.
he is a
He's
dinosaur.
definitely a dinosaur. I just
Yeah.
forget he's a dinosaur.
Yeah, so do I.
He's just a
Like
video
a
game
weird,
character.
amorphous
He-
fucking
He-
shit donkey.
I often forget that Yoshi probably can't vote.
Yeah?
Probably can't vote.
In the Mushroom Kingdom?
Yeah,
You know, like-
or any kingdom, anywhere. He's an animal. You know, I don't think he has the required level of
I don't
sentience.
really,
He's
you think
opposable
so?
thumbs.
Like,
he's probably good to go.
Noticeably less sentient than Bowser.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bowser is like
Bowser can
scheming and machinations, and Bowser can
Yeah.
speak. Bowser can straight up deliver sentences.
He always has subtitles, though. You could get that with
Because
Yoshi, I'm sure.
I don't speak Bowserese, you know. But no, I think Yoshi just deserves death.
Oh,
Yeah, you just ride him to the polling station
Exactly.
and tie him up outside.
You jump. You use him
Harsh
to get over
words.
the last gap to the polling station, and
Yeah.
then jump off him and shoot him down the hole.
Yeah.
Video games. Unless anyone's got any more movies they want to talk about or TV. Everyone's good.
I think I'm okay.
What have you been up to? You want to talk about Dead Cells for like 2 hours?
Yes.
What a fucking great video game.
Yeah, I admittedly and ashamedly took a big break because I needed to get some stuff out of the way for like sequels that were coming out that I had not played the more recent game or needed a refresher on what it was all about. So I have not played Dead Cells in 5 days.
Ooh, fun. Out of form.
I'm pretty rusty. And considering like if I go into it like the next day, my first run of the next day, it's like I've never fucking played that game in my life.
This might be the perfect time for it.
Yeah.
I have a tip that has helped me a lot is because you're dodging. So have you rebound any buttons using default controls?
No, I dodge a lot though. Yes.
Yeah, because you're dodging so much, and because you're using a thumb to do both attacks and dodge, I've put the dodge on the bumper so that I can now attack dodge just a little bit
faster.
quicker. Yeah.
Guacamole.
Squawkamole, that's a good point.
Squawkamole, yeah, just a little bit quicker.
I honestly like the more I play it, like especially when I get into the far levels, I almost never swing my sword unless I've parried. It's like rolling until I'm like, okay, I got a good read on this guy's attack, parry, and then I fucking sword him to death. And then it's like back to rolling and like finding my opening.
We play very, very differently.
Yeah.
So are you like hitting time doors? Are you
I usually get the time door on the first one now because I'm only getting 6 cells in that first area anyway.
Yeah.
So I might as well just run for but that's the only time door I think I've ever hit is that first time door.
The first one, so it kind of turns out that if you get one, you can kind of get them all. The first one is 2 minutes, which is really easy because that first level, like you say, you can just beeline through it if you want.
Yeah.
The second one, I think, is like 5 minutes, which isn't bad because if you can... Basically, they're always within 15 seconds of the start.
Right.
So it's like you have 3 minutes through the sewers. The next one is 8 minutes, and then the next one is 15 minutes. So if you hit the 5, you're usually on pace to hit the 8, and if you hit the 8, you're guaranteed to get the 15, and if you hit the 15, the next one is free.
But for me, I'm like filling out maps anywhere past kind of the first level.
Yeah.
So I'm usually not, even though I'll hit that first one, it's because I'm kind of running through trying to find the exit. And then after that, really, I'm going to every corner and seeing what's there. And
I've only been exploring the entire map on like my first or second runs through to be like, okay, is there a rune here? Is there a rune here? And what other levels exit out of this level?
Right.
And then like, okay, got it all. And then it's just like, let's fucking go.
But even like killing the enemies to get the cells, I like.
So do I.
Yeah.
But I am a very different play style where I am constantly dropping.
Yeah.
Where like if I drop down and it doesn't kill guys, I'm running back up and dropping down again, and I'm constantly dropping and constantly attacking. And then I just carry a shield for the concierge because he's easy.
I don't think like what the tip you gave me.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Really?
Yeah, if I can be right, like frame up to him, hacking him, and he'll still throw out that fire one every now and then.
Every now and then. He will.
Yeah, sure. So if it's every now and then yeah, it is. Yeah. It is what you said, but
because he gets into a loop where he does a shield and it pushes you back, and then that gives him just enough space to do the fire thing.
Yeah, you jump that,
and then you jump that, and get right back in on him.
Yeah, and I do, and I don't die to him very often unless I manage not to get to him and just have nothing. And that's almost like not being good enough. But it's like as soon as I hit him for like 5 minutes and his health is like down a quarter, then I'm like, this isn't working out for me. I think I'll just maybe take the bail out on this.
It's such a great. There's so much depth to it. Like
there's so much like secret shit.
I know.
And
so I'm like 20 hours in. The first time today I hit a first boss that is not the regular first boss. Normally, every time I've done my run, I've always kind of done different paths, but it's always led me to he's the concierge, the first boss. Today I wound up in a boss that wasn't the concierge for the first time.
No.
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I've only had concierge and I've only had the clock dude. Timekeeper second.
Yeah.
And I haven't got past timekeeper yet.
That game opens up in a way that it is a lot. It's almost like an upside down castle level of like, oh, there's a lot more to this game than I thought there was. It's almost like a Fez level of like, okay. It's very cool.
Yeah, it is. It is really neat.
It sounds and looks and plays so well.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's so like tight and you just get addicted to it and just do runs over and over again.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost excited whenever they drop me back at the beginning and I'll just run up to the door and be like, oh, I wonder what my random weapons are.
Yeah, totally.
And then I'll see the random weapons. I'll be like, oh, this is a fucking great run. I'm going for it.
Or see the Nutcracker and go, oh!
I'm all right with
Restart.
the Nutcracker.
I hate the Nutcracker.
I'm real bad with the 2 daggers.
So am I.
Yeah.
I'm just a basic sword, man.
Yeah.
I'm a basic sword bitch.
That's what they call you.
Sure.
Best run I ever had was, and I mean best run in that it was the easy, because I've got to the, what is it, Timekeeper?
Timekeeper, yeah.
A few times, but the one where I was just like laughing my way through it, I got 2 legendary traps. Like the shooters, the gold shooters. They both did. One of them did like cause bleeding and did like a ton of damage, and then the other one did a ton of damage and then like increase damage to bleeding targets. And I just throw them both out there at the same time. They had like 4-second cooldowns because I put so many points into the technical. And just mowed everyone down. Yeah. And then I'd walk to the next legend, just throw 2 more. I wouldn't even swing on my sword anymore.
It's like the variance in builds like that is super cool. Yeah. Where one run you're just throwing things down and standing back. The next run you're using sword and shield. It's so good. I really would encourage everyone to at least get some hands-on time before
it's a lot of fun.
Game of the Year
and
this year.
Like, it's good value.
It's a very good value. Yeah.
It's only, what is it, $30?
Excuse me. 30 here in Canada.
Less on PC?
20, no, I think 30
It's on 30 on PC?
Yeah, 20 in the States. Not bad. Very, very good.
Wait for a sale.
Very good.
Also, it's on Switch.
Ooh.
Yeah, I heard maybe I don't think it's, so I heard it had performance issues, but I also heard that
they were not
only for some people, and maybe they're fixed now.
Yeah, and I also even heard that for people who were getting them, they weren't enough to. It was maybe a little frustrating. Maybe you miss a dodge here and there if it like chugs up, but it's. That said, if you miss
Wizard of Legend, even so, I imagine this game looks a lot better than that.
You can get a lot of enemies on the screen at one time sometimes, where it's like I can see it slowing down.
That would be bad news. I'd be mad if it chugged, and because eventually the end of that game turns into like a bullet hell almost, where every single enemy can shoot almost a screen over, and they all shoot through walls.
Yeah,
and it is just fucking chaos. So to miss a dodge, and like
they're all fucking teleporting everywhere.
I know. And if you get hit once, you're getting hit 30 more times, and like to miss a dodge and lose my run because of it, I'd be mad.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fucking then the dangerous thing with the Switch is it's real easy. You just fire that thing across the room.
Yeah.
That's all fantastic.
Everyone should play that game.
Everyone should play that game.
We'll be talking about it at Game of the Year.
Absolutely.
I have a question about it.
Sure.
It's run-based. So you'll go and you'll die, but you'll start over again with another loadout or whatever. What is the end to this? Have you guys gotten to the end?
No, I've got to the second boss. I think there's 4.
Yeah. There's the Hand of the King is the last boss. But then... I don't want to say too much because I don't really know because I haven't got there and I'm staying clear on spoilers, but there's some kind of not New Game Plus, but some kind of difficulty.
Reason to keep going.
Yeah. Eventually I see people talking about like, I'm on 4-cell difficulty. I'm like, I don't even know what that means yet. Awesome. And there's like daily challenge. The daily challenge is very cool because it pits people against the exact same identical challenge that you can run as many times as you want, and it gives you a score, which is the fun way to like, you know, I'm better at Dead Cells than you are.
There you go.
I wish we had it on the same console. I'd love to. Or I just wish those leaderboards would just make them tie in.
I'm excited to get back because I feel like I'm not getting better right now because I'm not playing enough. And I feel like I'm not going to be playing enough for a long time because everything is coming out and it's become my like, I got time for a couple before bed, but as soon as I get home from work, I'm playing something else for a long time. So I don't know. Like I really want to beat I want to beat the Hand of the King once. And then at least I can walk away from it and come back to it whenever I want. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't play it all night.
Sometimes I do.
That's okay.
By accident.
I would if there was nothing else out.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. You're right though. Like Madden has shown its face and seen its shadow, and video games are on the way. Starting a week from tomorrow on podcast time, Spider-Man is out.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
And that's the only thing I'm going to be playing probably when that comes out.
Yeah, I heard it's not super duper long. Yeah. I heard I saw 20 was the number I looked up today.
20 is long.
20, it's like 20. That's not long.
That's short, I think.
That's
okay.
That's like shorter than God of War. That's way shorter than God of War.
Yeah.
In an era of games where it feels like every time I put a game in, it's like a 50 or 60 hour open world.
Yep.
I welcome a 20-hour game.
Yeah, and it
for
said
$80, no.
Yeah, I mean it said 20 hours if you do a nice like a healthy amount of the side content.
Ooh,
Not
that
completionist. Completionist is longer, and if you mainline it shorter, I'm sure. But I don't know.
If
That's
it's
a good
anything
line.
like this Spider-Man 2 for the original PlayStation, I had so much fun swinging around Manhattan. And if this is anything like it, and it looks like a lot like it, I could spend a lot of time doing that and just fucking
20 hours.
well, yeah. And
20,
then
20, 30.
and then you hear some stupid lady saying, "Hey, he's stealing my purse." You swoop down and like,
Get that purse back.
yep.
Get to be the hero.
Fucking string that man up. Put the little friendly neighborhood Spider-Man note on him.
Say some
Snap
say a
picture for
quip.
the bugle.
Say something funny, yeah.
It's I think it's gonna be a lot like Arkham City in structure and
Yeah,
length.
yeah,
I'm sure.
maybe.
I put a lot of time into Arkham City because there
Yeah.
was so much dumb shit to do in that game.
I put a lot of time into because I really love being in that world. That's such a fun. Are you playing Arkham City? Are you planning on playing Arkham City on the stream?
Probably not.
Perfect.
No,
Game's a goat.
it is. It's
Yeah,
very
it's a go.
good.
A man should probably stare at it at some point.
I didn't really enjoy playing Arkham Asylum on stream.
No?
No,
I like
Why?
Asylum better than the City.
I did too,
that's-
and I love that game. It's just the way I was playing it on stream, I wasn't able to enjoy it like I wanted to.
Well, how do you want to play? What would you do differently if you were off stream?
Read all of everything,
Well, that's-
listen to the Joker talk.
You can do all
Just-
that. You just read it out loud.
Yeah.
I know we mentioned this.
Show and tell.
Do a funny voice.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Do a Joker
Do
voice.
your Joker voice. Do your Joker voice. I know you love being put on the spot. Fuck. Everyone does. I know.
The Harley Quinn comes to me. Hey, Mr. J. Mr. J. Hey, bats.
No, that's pretty good. That's
not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Now
it.
just do like 20 hours worth of codec entries on that and just fucking
Yeah.
Done.
talk them all out.
No, Arkham City's all you.
Yeah, okay.
I could
so
not get
good.
into City.
Really? Oh, City's
yeah,
my
I
favorite
got
one.
through like the factory where they first like poison you or whatever.
Ace Chemicals.
And then
Is that where Mr. Freeze? That
the
where you
world
freeze?
was open, and I was like, I don't want to do any of this
Yeah.
because I want to do everything.
And all
so
the
I didn't
guards
do anything.
or every single thug is constantly like, I heard the Batman's in town.
Yeah.
What? The Batman? No way. And always
every
some
single
variation of that.
Yeah.
Like, the Batman's not here. No.
I better get a raise for this.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Holly.
It's the Bat!
Oh, I'm so surprised. I thought you said he wasn't here.
Brody.
What else you get up to?
Guacamole.
Yep, two.
To Guacamole.
Two.
Listened to Oliver talk about it on the pod last week.
Yes.
And agree with pretty much everything he was saying. I really like... So, you're a Celeste fan. You'll
Yeah.
understand this. Or like a Meat Boy or something like that. There are platformers where it's really like timing based and tight and frame specific. You gotta land here because there's a spike rate above you. And the platforming in Guacamole is way more like you learn the button combination as you like try and fail, where it's like B up, B diagonal over, R2 to make the grapple point appear, triangle to shoot off of it. And it's like there's one way to do it, and you just
Kind of figure it
you
out.
just
as
figure
you-
it out. It's almost like a combo in a fighting game.
combination.
Yeah, I think I like the other kind of platformer better. But that said, Guacamole did a really good job where it was like, especially near the end, where I was like, how the fuck am I going to get up there? And then it's like this long, elaborate, like 20 button push thing where you're switching through realities and going through walls and turning into chickens and going off grapple hooks and wall jumping. And whenever you land on the other side, you're like, oh, it's fucking really good.
Yeah.
This game's fucking really good.
Yeah. It does a good job of like making you feel like you're fucking really good at what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you reach from point A to point B, you're like, holy fuck. Because like along that line from point A to point B, like it's trial and error, right?
Yeah.
Up until you get what they're asking of you.
Right.
And
You'll
then
get
you're just-
farther and then fail because
Yeah.
it's the first time you've seen
yeah.
this new element, and then you'll be like, oh, that's fucking crazy that wasn't where I was supposed to land and just be done.
But then once you get to it, it makes you feel like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
I am good at this game.
And the checkpointing is like generous
Yeah.
enough where it's like you're never like, oh fuck, I gotta go all the way back here to start this platforming section again.
Yeah.
The there's kind of a puzzle element, and this was in the first one, but I totally forgot about it until they introduced it in the second one, where there's kind of a puzzle element of combat where they put the colors on enemies, and each color, like when you push B up, it's like a red, you turn red and shoot up. When you push B over, you turn blue and shoot over. And they put colors on enemies so that you have to like use those colors to break their shields basically, and then you can combo them out of that. And sometimes that's super satisfying, like trying to chain all that together to keep all the shields down. You're doing like suplexes and stuff to throw them at guys who you think you're going to get their shields back right away, and you want to stun them. It's really good.
Yeah, they do a good job of giving you these tools and abilities.
Yeah.
To as long as you know what you're doing, and you can handle these, and you can sort of foresee, like you said, this guy's gonna get his shield up, so I'm gonna toss another bad guy that way, but still fight guys over on this end, and then like.
You're almost doing some crowd management where you're like, okay, I took this guy's shield down. He's laying in the corner. I know he's about to get up and get that shield back. I don't want to have to go do the super again, so I'm going to throw this guy that I'm comboing at him.
Keep him down.
Knock him down again so I can get back to him after I go deal. Yeah. The story I actually thought was better than the first one. It's really dumb. It's about the Mexiverse, and you're going through a lot of...
It's very meme.
It is way less memey than the first one.
Oh boy.
And that is there is a world that you go into where it goes super hard on the memes, and then has like people representing internet like forum commenters being like, this has got too many memes in this. This would be great if there wasn't so many memes. So they obviously,
that's in the first game, or that's in this
no,
one?
that was in this one.
Okay.
But it's basically talking about how
they've jumped the shark.
People hated the memes in the first one, so they kind of put it all in one area and be like, oh, we hear you. It is still very like, it's referential in a lot of ways. There's like some references to some video games that have come out recently.
Rivera, City Ransom.
There's
Bad Hombres.
There's this one part, and it literally made me laugh, where it was a guy with like a lute or something playing this thing, and he's like, I'm going to tell you the legend of this item you're going to go get. And it goes like super like Zelda mural kind of graphics while they tell you the whole story, and he's just like twanging away as he tells the whole thing, and then after he's done, it like goes back to you guys standing there and be like, and that's why in order to save the world you have to get this thing, and then he's like, anyway, here's Wonderwall.
All right, that's pretty good.
So it's a lot of fun. It's a dumb story, but it is, every now and then there's like an RPG world you go into where it's super like
turn-based.
It turns into a turn-based game.
Really?
Like,
that's very cool.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
It's not very good. It's not very fun to play.
No.
But in a way that I almost wonder if they're making fun of it, where it's like you have 2 attacks and a heal, and there's no strategy to it whatsoever, and almost impossible to lose. But don't play it because it's good.
Oh, okay.
Like, don't play that part because you're looking forward to the turn-based stuff.
Have you finished it?
Oh yeah. I
Is
finished it.
Short, eh? Fairly short. All
12.
things.
10,
that's not
between
bad.
10 and
That's not
12,
bad,
yeah.
right?
And there was still some stuff out there that I didn't get.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's the perfect amount of side stuff in that game. It's very like obviously marked, where there's like, you can go up here when you get this ability. We're going to put a big red line to tell you it's a red barrier that you can go through when you have the red move.
Yep.
So you can just look at your map at a glance and be like, oh, here's the areas that I ignored because I didn't have the abilities to go.
And usually there are these like little challenge rooms or platform challenge rooms where you get like extra hearts or whatever, right? It's nothing like dire that you need to get.
Yeah. Yeah, essentially heart pieces and stamina pieces to make your meters bigger.
Oh, yeah, but like you see it on the map and you're like, oh, I can finally get to that. So you'll take all this time to go. It's very much so like a thing to pad the game out.
Yeah, and like doing the rooms that those things are in are like the fun of it.
Yeah,
like that's why you play that game, is to go like, oh, here's this more difficult side room where you have to like go through a spike tunnel without touching the ground.
Yeah,
that's standard fare for a Metroidvania.
I suppose.
Someone who's played Symphony of the Night in the last 2 months, that all sounds like Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, I mean, in Symphony of the Night, it made you like get the magic snorkel over here so you can get to the water, to go through the water stuff over here.
But it would totally be like, oh, I'm passing all these doors. How do I get through these barred doors? I don't know. And then you learn to turn to mist, and you can go back.
In this one, lots of these rooms are just for the sake of getting extra heart pieces and stamina pieces.
There's a ton where it's just like you can go up here and do this, but you do run into like you can't go here until you have the ability to break orange blocks.
Yeah.
So it's fun. If you like, I think if you like the first one, this is more of that and maybe better. So play it.
A ringing endorsement.
In the first one, and this is something I didn't mention last week, but in the first one, you usually bought your abilities. In this one, it's from these little sugar skull stands. In this one, it's just like a tech tree kind of thing that you buy.
Yeah.
That you use the coins that you get that you can buy anytime. It's pretty good because
you can get all those in one playthrough.
Yeah,
easily. So it's just what order you want them.
It's a great game. I really like it.
Me too.
I just don't
like playing it with my.
No. Did you play? You didn't play any multiplayer with anybody.
No, that doesn't seem like a game that you'd want to do that.
It's not really, but I mean, it's fun when you guys are kind of like throwing like.
Maybe in the combat.
Yeah, you're right. Because I'll be beating up a guy over here, and I'll toss it over to her, and then she'll be beating, and it feels like we're doing stuff together.
Yeah,
which she loves. But I mean, like, the platforming stuff. I'm like, just fucking stand there.
I think even if you were playing with someone who's really good, it just seems like the screen moves with you in such a way that sometimes you're going at a pace that you want to go at, and the other person might be like, "Oh, I got to do 3 quick double jumps," and you're like. I'm good. I'm kind of sliding down the wall to line up my next jump, and the screen's going to be like not knowing where to go.
For sure.
Wow. Thanks, Kevin.
Look at this.
Wow, thanks very much.
What a hero.
Holy, Kevin brought 2 beers down to the studio. Bless you, sir. I didn't think that would
That's
work.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Very much so. I'd be like, just press L1, L2, or L1, or L1, R1, just become a bubble, and just follow me on this, because you're just going to...
Oh, so there is like a...
Yeah,
just float around beside me.
Yeah, because there is a point where I don't know if she was the one that sort of survived through this screen. The focus is on her. So even if I started to do all the platforming stuff, the focus would still stay. So
you
on
actually
her.
have to get her to kill herself, so that the focus shifts to you.
Yeah, and I'm like, fucking just press L1, R1, and fucking bubble, and then just let me do this.
Have you played Battle Block Theater before?
No.
You should try that with Amber.
Yeah?
It's like $1.50 everywhere.
Yeah?
On every system.
What's that all about?
It's another platforming one, and there's a little bit of combat, but it's super simple, and it's a hilarious game.
Okay.
It's definitely a GOAT, if I'm using that term correctly.
Greatest of all time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's definitely one of those.
The phrase, buckle your pants, I believe came from Battle Block. That is my favorite thing from Battle Block Theater.
Love that game. The last thing I played, which I won't take too much time on, is Doom. Which was the game that I said I had to go back and play some stuff for stuff that had sequels coming out.
I believe that was Matt Eads' 2016 game. Whatever year it came out, game of the year.
Yeah, that's a very good game.
That game is so fucking good.
It's hard to describe unless you've played it. But, oh man, is it ever... Even, like... And we always bring this up, the fucking... shotgun cock to the music. Yeah. It's like, woo! Let's fucking go!
I always tell Warren, because I'm not a big heavy metal guy, and Warren is, and... Whenever he's listening to it, I'm like, I don't really, this is not really my thing. And that music is perfect for that game, where it's just like, as soon as you see the first demon and you blow his head off, but then like 19 more start coming over the horizon and over the mountains, and it's like, dun, 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 and you're like, oh yeah,
it's so good. It is like the perfect marriage of soundtrack and demon killing,
and like the perfect amount of like side stuff to get. Like,
totally.
I was talking about Guacamelee doing that too. This is just like in every, you're like, you can see something's there, and it's not something that's super tough, but it's something that's super satisfying to get. And it's like, lets you upgrade your shotgun, where it's like, upgrades get expensive late in that game. So you're just like digging for all those little points. So you can do that 1 7-point upgrade to make it so it's like, oh, now you can like shoot 3 shotgun blasts by pulling the trigger once.
They feel super impactful when they're like just the right amount of challenge to get, and when you get them, you feel more powerful having got them. And he moves the arm on the little Doom guy and fist bumps it, and that's fucking best.
And even like at it, because you only have 1 attachment on the gun, the animation of like changing the attachments on the gun is so good, where it's like popping this side thing off and snapping on this scope, and
it's
really good.
I really wonder what the second one's going to be, because the first Doom is like, it is self-aware, and it is just self-aware enough, but at the same time, it is also the most ridiculous thing ever.
Right.
Of like, the Doom guy, when every time you walk up to a computer panel, it's like, press E to interact or whatever. He just fucking punches through the screen. Like, he doesn't give a fuck.
And there's like a mission where he's like, yeah, we just need you. We need to make sure you save the resources in here. Just turn off the computer. And he's just like breaking everything.
They give him the
you don't know what you're doing.
The ardent sphere, or they're like, oh, carefully now, destroying this sphere could eliminate all man, and he just crushes it in his hand. He's like, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a really good game. Everyone should play that.
Yes.
I like played that game and I was like, this game's fucking unreal, and then went and looked at my game of the year list from that year, and it came in 4th. But the 3 games above it are really fucking
What were
good.
the 3 games above? Do you remember?
The Witness.
Okay.
Uncharted.
Puzzle game, The Witness?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I fucking love that game.
We're very complex, multifaceted individuals, Oliver.
Apparently.
The Witness. When I was looking at what was number 1, because when I
think it was 2015.
You had said Uncharted.
Uncharted was 3.
Uncharted
4.
Okay.
Yeah, Thief's End. And
Shadow
then,
Mordor year?
No, it was.
There's no way Shadow Mordor won over Uncharted 4. Doom, Uncharted, The Witness.
He'll
It
pull
was
it up
something.
here.
It's right here on my notepad. I got them all. In
Every
here.
year.
Yeah, because I just never erase them.
Mine live on the internet somewhere, maybe.
Overwatch.
Oh, yeah.
that's
Sure.
fair.
Sure.
Crazy.
Yeah. We're very complex individuals, Oliver. We like all sorts of games, animes. Our tastes change and evolve, and we all learn a lot about ourselves. We grow.
I fucking can't say enough about The Witness still.
I
Whenever I go,
never
because I'll
finished
go
it.
back
I
and
should
play that
try.
all the time, because you can't remember the puzzles.
Yeah.
There's too many of them, so you just go back in and they'll still stump you.
I should go back, and then when I get stumped, because for me it was, I got to, because it's kind of broken up into areas, like, okay, there's a mechanic here, mechanic here, mechanic here. I got to a mechanic that I just could not figure. It was the one with the shapes.
Yep.
I just could not figure out the mechanic. I spent like 5 or 6
Shapes
hours.
like the Tetris pieces?
Yeah, the
That was the hardest
Tetrinos.
one for me, too.
I just could not wrap my head around it, so I sort of walked away from it. I should really go back and just look it up. Be like, what's the basics? Okay, get me started. Here we go. There's there's a really good moment in The Witness where you, again, very similar to
undescribable
Fez,
moment
where you're just like, oh,
There's a moment in that game, and it's not a story beat or anything, but it's where it like blows your mind and you realize how much bigger the game is than you
What
think
happens?
it is.
Can
Can we say it? Like,
yeah,
been
it's
a
probably
long time.
fine now.
So you know the puzzles in The Witness,
I know like the early puzzles.
right? Yeah, but they're all that same
Get a
system
line
where
from
you take a
A to
line.
B.
Yeah.
So you eventually get to the point, and the first one you see is a fucking magical moment where you realize that the places in the environment, when you're standing at certain angles, things are lining up so you can draw those lines.
So for me, it was like, I think I was looking at a temple or something, or like a roof, and the sun was on one side of it, and that was the circle, and then you could trace the line along the lines of like the roof and complete this puzzle, which unlocked a piece of the island or whatever. And you're like,
Mine was like when you're in the like fast travel boat or the travel boat going around the island, and there's like a line, like a crack going through the mountain. You're like, oh, there's fucking crack going like all the way around the mountain, and then all of a sudden like a mountain in the background lines up with it as you sail by, and you see the crack keep going, and you have to like fill it in before you get too far for the perspective to separate again. And I was just like, no,
it's very good because you've been walking up to a computer terminal and doing a puzzle and then moving on for the better part of that game.
Yeah.
And when you're just like, oh, this game is so much bigger than I thought it was. Is a very good moment.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually really, really interesting.
It's one of those things that it's like one of those moments that will stick with me.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't finish it and wasn't too crazy about some of the Witness, that'll stay with me forever.
And like, there's nothing in the story. Like, if you had fun doing the puzzles and had that moment, then I think you got what you needed to get out of that game.
Totally.
Like,
There's really, the story is negligible.
It's like a book of Sudokus. Just
very, very
stop whenever you're like, okay, I'm done with these.
It is very much like a book of Sudokus. That's a great analogy, actually.
It lost me because like the puzzles were at first they were easy, and like I kind of fumbled my way through them. Like, okay, that's that. And then when they got too hard, I was like, I'm not really understanding what you want.
Did you like
of
go
me.
try some different areas?
Yep.
Yeah, because
Well-
they all like it's not like the areas get progressively harder. You kind of
Yeah.
can go to these 6 starting areas that all have like simple puzzles to start, and then you start going to areas where it's combining 2 of the concepts.
I don't know. Maybe I was looking for some sort of story and why I was there.
There's really not.
You can pretend that there is until you get to the end and realize there isn't.
It tricks you into thinking there is for a lot of it, where
Yeah.
you're like finding audio logs or something. Right?
I remember for a little bit, it reminded me of that case in Lost where Desmond, the guy who's stuck in the hatch, is always just keying in the things
Every
For-
108 minutes.
because for in his head, like otherwise the island will explode, and it's on him to do that. So in my head, I'm doing these puzzles for some greater sort of
That's a good arc.
yeah.
And when he stops, it's when he stops
you know
putting
what?
the code in, it's even better.
You know what? Maybe there is.
Yeah,
and I
maybe
just
there
never
is.
found any. Maybe I didn't find enough of the.
It's true.
Those puzzles at the end, beating some of them without looking it up, despite like hundreds of times being like, what do I care? I should just look it up.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, no, I didn't put all this time into the game to just stop now. Some of the most satisfying moments ever in my video game lifetime were beating some of those like end bunker puzzles where it was like taking everything you learned and putting them on this one board, and you're like, I don't even understand.
I should really take another stab at it.
The Witness.
Yeah.
That'd probably be a pretty good game to stream.
I was just thinking the exact opposite, actually,
Yeah,
because
no.
it's a lot of me. It's a lot of me sitting there with like my chin on my fist.
Oh, and people will
like,
just be screaming
Yeah,
at you because
him and
they'll
an-
see it.
him
like,
and Han over things, and people are
Yeah, but then
people
it's-
are ultra shitty when I
I
don't
see.
have to like do that. So to have them be like, it's right here. Where you just go down, left, right, up, down, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, no,
guess so.
and then it'd be like, okay, fine, that's the solution, and then I put it in, and it's not the solution. I'm like, it wasn't even the fucking solution, God, and it would. That's exactly how it would go.
I think the first couple would be fine, but when you get to the harder stuff, it definitely.
Yeah, and it would just be a lot of me like sitting there with the hand on my
I
head on
watched
my hand.
Patrick Rothfuss play through the first little bit of it. I was like,
Completely
I was
silently.
mesmerized. Like, wow.
I also
and then I bought the
streamed-
game.
I
and
also
then
streamed the
promptly
first
stopped
like
playing for
few hours. But yeah, it would. I don't think it'd be great.
It is cool. Like one of the best parts of that game is the beginning, where it's like kind of holding your hand through the mechanics a little
Yeah.
bit, where it's like showing you the blue and yellow one that are moving at the same time.
Oh yeah,
And then it slowly puzzle to puzzle fades out the yellow one
Yeah.
until you're at the point where you're like, you just have to know it's there doing its thing.
It's very good. It teaches you in a way that without you even realizing it. John Blow, I don't know anything about it. I know that he showed a picture of his new game.
Okay, I'll
Yep,
play that.
Man's work.
He's earned some
That's the
cred for me.
That's
Yeah.
the same dude.
Yeah.
He also did Fizz, didn't he?
No, that's Phil Fish. He did
Fish.
Braid.
Braid. That's what I'm thinking
yeah.
of. Yeah.
Yeah, he only puts out a game once every like few years.
I've taken well over my allotment of time in a show where we're trying to keep to 2 hours.
We'll be fine. Slow news week. Bryce, what have you been up to, my friend?
Oh, not really video games.
No?
No.
Okay,
Good.
get
Yeah,
out.
we took some of his time
Get
too.
out.
Playing D&D, and we should just give some props to Dungeon Master Dangles.
Okay, sure. Props.
Exactly.
Also brought us down
Yeah.
beer during the show.
Exactly.
So
He's the greatest.
Tell me about D&D. I haven't played.
Have
in
you
a-
seen The Cube?
like,
Or Hypercube?
Okay, yeah.
No.
Have you never seen the movie Hypercube?
No.
Is Hypercube 9x9?
I have no idea. I thought it was like 25 by 25. So
Okay.
they don't cover it all. In the
It's a
movie.
room made up of cubular rooms.
Cubes.
25 by 25.
Okay.
Cubular.
Cubular.
Cubetagonal.
Yeah. So Dungeon Master Dangles was thinking like, we really want to do a maze. So he checked out online, did his research. He's like, everyone in D&D history is like, don't do a maze. It's just garbage.
It is.
So he's thinking, I'll do the Hypercube.
And
So that's what he threw us in.
Yep. The idea of the hypercube is every time you leave a room, the whole thing reconfigures itself, so you never know where you are. And also, it's in 4 dimensions.
Yes.
Is really the thing with the hypercube.
Yeah, that's fun.
Did he like build a box?
No, he had it all down on paper. He had like a fold notebook just to kind of explain it to himself and to us as he kind of went along.
That's pretty cool.
It was only
That's
8 rooms though, so it's still
Like
good enough.
8 by 8.
No, 8 rooms total. So we had one room. There's one on each side, and there's one disconnected from the
okay.
original one. So yeah, 8 total. That's super cool. There's a trapdoor on every floor and roof and wall. If you go through that door, the gravity will shift, so you're on that floor.
Oh.
And each one kind of different theme. So there's a fire room where there's a goblet of fire just spewing fire everywhere. There's a room full of water which had 8 chalices floating through it. We had to grab a specific chalice from there that was flooding the room, configure the gravity to be the opposite of the fire chalice, so they'd put themselves out.
Yeah.
Kamehameha style. One room had the sun in a nice little tavern.
Speaking my language.
Well, there's a sun room and a dark room. We had to put the sun in the dark room and do something else there. Kind of screwed that one up. We took a long time kind of just fumbling through because we're all idiots.
Right.
But it was great.
It seems like it would blow my mind a little bit too much to be effective at solving it.
Yeah, you played video games before.
I
If you
pictured-
see a fire chalice and a water chalice, I mean, at what point is the first step just like, I don't know, let's make them touch?
Yeah, that's what we did. We made them touch, but we didn't do it with the right gravity. So
Shame on
DM
you.
hard
Water
ruled us.
splashed on your
Shame
face
on
and
you.
everyone
So
laughed.
3 hours later, he threw a hint at us. Just put them opposite sides. Like, oh, we're dumb. Yes.
I just picture Kevin on the porch and seeing a fucking like square object and just being like, that's it. That's my next
God.
D&D.
Pulls a pencil from behind his ear.
Yeah. You see the numbers floating around in his head.
I've had to quit that game because of work scheduling.
You'll be back. You'll all be back.
Can you tell me how Falk has been written out?
That note you wrote to the group. Did you not write that note?
I did.
Oh, yes, that note I wrote. Please refresh my memory.
I thought that was written in Oliver's hand.
I
that
wish.
Folk wrote to the group.
I wish.
It's like, because I think
is
you
it
found
nice?
your signet ring and it's like, I'm going to go deal with this and sell it and bring happiness to this orphan
Oh,
child.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're doing your own thing, so it might weave kind of back in later.
Oh,
but,
sweet.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I swear that note was written by you. It does not look like Kevin's handwriting.
It's a good D&D.
Yeah.
Very good D&D. Good job. Okay. No, that's neat.
Yep. You're
like that.
dead to us now. We stole all your stuff. You still have your dagger.
That's fine. Where I'm going, I don't need roads.
Yep. It's great, though. Props to DM Dangles.
Big ups.
Fucking A.
DMing ain't easy.
Exactly. That's it. I don't play video games
No,
anymore.
that's fine. I need to get a game together at some point.
Yes, you do.
Let's talk about Mondays.
Sounds about Mondays.
Let's talk about Mondays.
Oliver, though, have you been playing games?
No,
No?
Guacamole,
Oh.
I said my piece along with from last week and along with what Brando said. So,
Talk
Matt,
about Metal Gear.
what have you been...
What have I been doing? What did we play on? We played Alone in the Dark on Bad Game Wednesday this week.
That's not what it's called.
No, it's Weird Game Wednesday. Alone in the
Kind
Dark.
of turned into something else.
Alone in the Dark. Bad game. Fucking bad game. It's 56 on Metacritic. That feels very generous.
Survival game.
No, like third person character action.
Okay.
Kind of like Silent Hill. Kind of.
What am I thinking? Long Night.
Long Dark. I think
Long
is what
Dark.
you're thinking of.
That's
Yeah, no, this is from 2008. Very long-running franchise, Alone in the Dark. Always, I think, Edward Carnby or whatever the main character's name is, voiced by the man who plays Max Payne.
okay.
And you are... Okay, the devil, Lucifer, exists.
Mm-hmm.
He put his soul into the Philosopher's Stone. Into a stone. He put his soul into a stone so that, he was being killed or whatever, can be revived
Yep.
in modern day. Started the rumor that this stone would give whoever had it immortality. Not true. All it does is bring Satan back to life. Lucifer, pardon me. And then you get the stone or whatever. You have half the stone. I don't know. Anyways, you bring the two stones together by the end of the game, and it gives you a choice of what happens. Oh, the two stones go together in the thing. You're like unlocking this big portal. It's like, we need to either kill Lucifer or stop him. We got to do something. This is us. This is our time. And you do it. And the spirit of Lucifer goes into your girlfriend, and she's like monster voice. She's like, "What are you gonna do? Kill me?" And then that's the choice. You're given a choice right there
Without a thought.
with zero context. You're given a choice, and it is: do you kill her or? And he's like, the Dark Lord is in her. We can't let him out. And so you either kill her or you do nothing.
Yeah.
Zero context. There's a good ending. There's very clearly a good ending and a bad ending. If you kill her, which is what when I played through in 2008, I did because I'm like, well,
Fucking A, Matt.
yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice the woman I love for the fate of the world.
Yeah.
Boom, shoot her dead. The kind of dude that's with you giving things context is like, the last choice of man was murder, and then the devil possesses you, and you lose, and the world is over, and you fucked up.
That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like how my Bible studies class told me that would have gone.
And if you stand there and do nothing, she talks shit at you, and she's like, "You're so alone." And he says, "I'm used to it. I've always been alone." And I'm 99% sure they cut "in the dark" off because it's like, I've always been alone. Credits.
Good.
It's a fucking bad game to the point where there's a system built in that you can just jump ahead because there are parts where you have to like drive a car through a exploding city, and it's hard to describe how poorly put together it is. But you can just skip through it if you want. They got a whole thing right in there. Just skip to the end of the game if you want, because they sort of, I think, knew what was up.
We got your money. We're going to give you all the tools to stop playing this as fast as you want.
Yep. So that was bad.
Bad Game Wednesday.
Yeah, we're playing a great one. We're playing a GOAT this Wednesday. We're playing the Path of Neo.
Oh, shit.
On Weird Game Wednesday, which is a fucking awesome game.
So, okay.
Wait. Is that... Okay, that's Matrix.
Enter the Matrix Path of Neo, I believe it's called.
Is that the one where you play as the guy and the girl, but not Neo?
No, you play as Neo in this one.
That sounds right, based on the title.
Yeah. This is the one where at the
that was a bad question.
This is the one where you kind of play through the movies. So like at the end, you have that fight with Agent Smith, with all the Agent Smiths or whatever, and you beat him, and like Neo like absorbs him or whatever happens in the movie.
Yeah.
And then there's like a record scratch, and it cuts to this thing of, I think
it's actually a record scratch.
Yes. Good. Yeah. I think it's the Wachowskis. Like I think it's the directors of The Matrix, and it cuts to them, and they're like, "This is like kind of a bad ending for a video game." So we thought we would just have all the Agent Smiths stand on top of one another and make like a giant Agent Smith mech. And we thought that'd be really cool. And then it cuts back to the game, and all the Agent Smiths are standing on top of each other in a giant Agent Smith mech. And you turn into giant Neo, I think, and like fight. It's very good.
Huh.
It's very
I've
good.
never played that game, I think. I played a Matrix game where you played as a guy and a girl.
I kind of remember that.
Had like a quick, like bullet timey, like focus, run on walls.
You ride a motorcycle a lot in it, I feel like.
I feel like you're in sewers a lot of it, but you can't ride a motorcycle in the sewers. I feel like it was on GameCube.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I know you were in the ship for a while, and those were the worst parts of the game, where you were actually in the, what was it called? Nebuchadnezzar?
The Nebuchadnezzar?
No, Neba? No. And those sucked. You had like your EMP blast and everything.
Yeah. I sort of remember that too, actually. I think you fight the two guys.
You can do like your like A over is like a fucking like jumping cartwheel that you can like shoot people while you're doing it. You remember that?
I remember this, yeah. You fight the twins at some point from the second game.
Yeah. What's that game called? That was a good game.
I
don't know if that was a good game. That is right in the wheelhouse of I don't know what a good game was. I played that game and liked it. That might not have been a good game.
Path of Neo might be right there as well. I think I've played it since then, and I think it is a very good, like, it's very, very self-aware.
You should just look into that thing for me.
I'll see whatever that Matrix game is.
I gave you another game to play. Did you ever play that one? That's
maybe Weird Game Wednesdays down the line.
I got lots of those. I'll send the. That was like when Warren started streaming, and he's like, I don't know what to stream, and I just had like a fucking like 20 game list of like shit I just wanted to see someone play to like feed my own memory of the game. I was like, you should play Toy Story 2. I want to see fucking Toy Story 2 looks like. He's like, okay.
The only other thing I play is Fallout 4. I'm slowly working my way through. We have modded that thing to shit on PC. The settlements build themselves, which is awesome. We're playing on survival difficulty. It's fine. It's no New Vegas, but I don't know. Did you ever play 4?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is it great? Not very far. Do you see the part where the Zeppelin shows up? The fucking Brotherhood like airship shows up. That was a real good.
Yeah, that's pretty early, isn't it?
Yeah, very early. That was a real. I was like, oh, that doesn't happen in Fallout 3. Wow, that's crazy. Look at these fucking helicopters flying out of it. Sorry, vertibirds flying out of it. It's okay.
Call it vertibird.
It's okay. I don't know if the story ends with. So the whole thing with 4 is like, who's a synth, who's not a synth. It's very Westworld. Who's a robot, who's not a robot. If the story just ends with you are a robot and it's like. It's kind of the BioShock thing, would you kindly go do this stuff? Yeah. I'm going to be maybe a little disappointed.
Sure.
Because that was immediately the trope. You're like, well, it's okay.
That's the thing. Like, I didn't, like, it seemed like people who liked Fallout 4 fine.
Yeah.
It just seemed like that was the one that it was not getting new people into the series.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It has its problems. Like, we're using a mod that, the dialogue trees are fucked in the original game, where sometimes you'll be like, You walk into a settlement and one of the dialogues will be like, who's in charge here? And because, it'll be like, okay, I want my, who's in charge here? I need to talk to the man in charge. But it'll be like, you'll choose the opposite and it'll be like, this place looks like shit. What are you guys doing? Who the fuck's in charge here? And like, everyone pulls their guns out. And you're just like, whoops, okay.
Well, that's a little too strong.
Yeah, that sucks. So we're using a mod that just types out the first line of dialogue, which is very helpful.
Oh, that's all right.
We're cleaning up a lot of the shit I didn't
sarcastic brackets.
It does.
The ends of
it actually does. Yeah, it gives you sarcastic. And,
it's like, you're looking good today, ma'am, and then you type it in, and it's like, oh, you're looking good today, ma'am. Fucking pulls her guns out and just starts shooting you.
It's fine. I don't know. We'll finish it off.
I'm excited for 76.
I'm tempered excitement.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm
Cautiously optimistic.
I'm excited for a weird game for us to play together.
Me too.
Yeah.
I hope it. I hope it's what we want.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is, though.
And I almost don't even care. Like, I hope it is what we want, all things being equal. But it's like it's been a while since we've had like a multiplayer game that everyone was kind of like, yeah, I'll jump into that and see what that's all about.
You think 76 is gonna be the one? Like, do Warren and
Well,
does our crew like Fallout?
I know you and me are in.
Yeah.
I thought Warren was in. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Maybe,
Xbox.
I think we should do it on Xbox.
Probably will have to be Xbox. Yeah. I mean, I would prefer to play on PC, but we'll see what happens.
Put it on PC. You guys can play on PC.
Let's see what happens. He doesn't play games.
I can't.
Yeah,
Oliver
you
doesn't
can't
play
use-
games.
can't
No, Xbox. And the reason why I frown at the thought of playing on Xbox, are you guys playing on Xbox, is because I'd have to sign up for Xbox Live. How much is that nowadays?
60?
I would just buy a month if I were you, and
Yeah.
I think it's $15 for a month or something like that.
It can't be 15 for a month. 15 for a month, 60 for a year?
Maybe 10 for a month.
That might be it.
I don't know. Don't buy a year is my advice to you, Oliver, because I know you better than you know yourself,
Exactly.
apparently.
Yeah.
That's
But
it.
that's the thing. Like, you guys sound like you have so much fun playing Sea of Thieves together,
Well,
right?
that's the thing. Playing games with people
Yeah.
is like, it makes bad games better.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it makes
totally.
good games great. Like, it's the kind of thing where sometimes you have to separate yourself from the fun you had with people when you're talking about how good a game is, because you like play it alone and you're like, this isn't actually that good. It was
Yeah,
just
I
we
don't
were
really-
laughing about like a work story.
Yeah.
I think that happened to Matt, and I translated that into this fight against a shark being really good.
It's like the same thing with A Way Out, where it's a lot of fun because, like, oh, we had an arm wrestling contest and that was crazy intense, and I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, I'm not gonna let this guy win.
Yeah.
And like, we played Connect 4 and that was weird and fun.
Yeah.
But if
At the end of the day,
if you pulled that back, I'd be like, this was just a bunch of shit. I'd rather
Yeah.
play Mario Party. Like, this
Exactly.
was a bunch of
That was
shitty mini games.
two people mashing A against each other.
That's
and
actually all it was. But
Yeah.
because in the context of games with friends, it was a good time.
That was actually the opposite experience I had with Monster Hunter. When we all played together, I had a great time, but like I could tell you guys weren't into it. So,
I never got to play.
well, I know. Sorry, I'm talking to Matt and Kevin.
Yeah.
I
bought a headset.
I just like good games. What can I say? I just like good games.
And then when I was playing by myself, I'm like, this is a great game. I love this game.
Yeah.
And then
why don't you keep playing? What? Don't let us ruin your fun.
I think about it often. And I'm like, I should really get back into that.
Every
game.
time
Because
someone's
I
like-
really like that game.
Just get Spider-Man and stop thinking about games that came out
that's
already.
probably
Yeah.
true. It's time to move on.
Yeah, time to move on.
Anybody got anything else they want to bring up here? You can do a quick bathroom break and second half.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll see you here other side of this musical break. Heavens to Gretzky, do I have to race like a piss horse?
What's the schedule for Spider-Man? Kim? You?
You should. I'll take it
You should probably play it first.
No, last. I need it to cool off. If it's too popular, we get buried.
Is that how it goes? Or
That's how it goes.
Yeah, too much right up the front.
okay?
Have you heard about Men of Medan? Medan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that new news?
It was news last week.
August. Okay, you talked about last week
Yeah.
then. Okay.
Looks cool. It's
Yeah.
definitely up Amber and I's
Mm-hmm.
alley. Man of Medan.
Yeah, looks sweet. That's Iceman.
Iceman, yeah.
Do you live
Not Top Gun Iceman.
do you live in Heritage Hills?
Yes.
Like Monch saw you the other day.
Yeah?
Monch also lives in Heritage Hills.
Who?
Monch used to live in
Does he?
Heritage Hills. Yeah.
What area?
Heritage Hills. That's pretty specific area of
It
the
is, and
world.
It's very small. Very small, but like, I mean, there's... Oh, that's crazy.
Hang on.
Like, his folks live there, or...
Yeah, and he used to live there for a long time, but
Oh.
he's moved out now, or in the process.
I hear he's having a baby.
Had
Had a baby.
Yeah.
Good for him.
currently owns it.
Currently owning up to it. I heard NXT was pretty good.
Yeah, the Takeover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Fuck,
One of
I'm
the best
gonna
shows in
watch
a
it.
long
I'm gonna
time.
Watch it.
Yeah, you should watch it.
How long is that pay-per-view, or how long is that event?
It's 2 hours, but it had run over. Like, it was probably close to 2.5.
2 hours? That sounds fucking totally handleable.
Yeah. Oh, it's insane. Like, that's part of what makes it so good, I think. It's just how short it is.
Yeah, like deliver fucking.
You will watch. You said you watched that.
You watched
Fucking NXT
What?
show.
NXT?
On
Yeah,
Saturday,
yeah,
Sunday,
you were-
Sunday.
I still need. I need to go back. Like I drift in and out for some matches.
Sure.
I gotta
Well,
go
it's
back
tough for
and
you because
rewatch
you don't have the
Gargano.
context either. Like that's the last piece of the puzzle.
Totally.
But I have been saying since you got into wrestling, NXT seems right up Matt's alley.
Yeah.
Less of a commitment.
That show, that last takeover, convinced me that's
Oh, yeah.
the way to go.
I only
It's
really
Triple
like
H's baby.
digesting wrestling through the Sat Pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know enough. Like I knew enough NXT context to, like I know who. I think I watched the. It was the last takeover or the takeover before where Johnny Gargano and is he Johnny Gargano's Mr. Wrestling, right?
Yes.
That's Mr. Wrestling. I can't remember.
Johnny Wrestling. They call
Johnny
him.
Wrestling, right? Oh, and the dude he was feuding
Mr.
with is
Wrestling
now
his father.
the dude he was feuding with is now on SmackDown, I think. Alexa
Tommaso-
Vega is his
that-
lady.
Yeah.
That would have been
Almas.
when I watched.
Andrade Cien Almas.
Yeah. So I knew it when Adam Cole comes out and goes Adam Cole baby or whatever he does. Like I knew enough to like okay.
Him
okay.
and Tommaso Ciampa was one of the best rivalries I've seen in wrestling in my life.
Yeah, great.
It lasted
Fucking great show.
forever, and you never got tired of it because it like started with them being a tag team, and then there was the big turn, which was a crazy moment, and then they feuded
See, it's
forever.
that type of stuff that makes me want to see it.
Yeah, it's really good.
You should
NXT
watch
's
the
really good.
takeover.
I know.
You should come over. We should watch that takeover again
Maybe
sometime.
Monday.
Sure. The ring work alone was so amazing.
Yeah, the quality of wrestling is
Oh my God.
spectacular.
That
And this, I mean,
fucking Adam Cole, man.
like some people will be like, yeah, the wrestling's way better, but the stories are better in WWE. I don't know, the stories are
stories-
better in WWE.
Stories suck in WWE.
Yeah, the stories are pretty good in NXT.
Warren told me to watch that match and was
Yeah.
like, "There's one spot in particular," and,
Oh, I
and by
know
the
the
end
spot.
of it was the kick.
Yeah, the super kick and the moonsault.
Moonsault
Yeah,
kick,
or the
that's
line
huge
salt.
on Reddit.
But
Yeah.
by the end of that
Fuck
match,
those.
I'm like, "There's like 20 spots. I have no. You could be talking
Which
about
one are you
any
talking
one of
about?
these." Oh, it was so
Yeah.
good.
Fuck.
So good.
Match was a hot banger.
Barn burner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
very
good.
fun.
That sounds very good.
So let's wrap this lady up. What do you say?
What time I got?
Yeah, 45.
9 o'clock.
45
if you're
minutes
leaving
till
right
you're
at
up.
Quarter to nine.
Oh yeah.
What time? You got to leave at
Gotta leave
9:30.
9:30.
Oh yeah, we'll be wrapped by then. I
Yeah.
bet.
For sure.
45 minutes till fucking wheels up.
Wheels up. Fucking Tom Cruise gonna jump on the wheel on its way up and fucking ride it into the plane.
I heard he did the helicopter flip in real life. I saw a thing before a movie where he was like, "I had to
Helicopter
train." Oh, so it's in the movie.
Oh, it's in this movie.
It's in the movie. It's
Yeah,
like,
I saw- I
That
watched-
stunt is apparently real.
I watched a thing before a different movie where they were talking about that movie in theaters. Like it was like a movie preview kind of thing, and they were talking about this stunt they had to do where he had to like drop. They had a guy drop out of a helicopter or a plane with a camera, and Tom Cruise had to like land right by the camera where the cameraman landed, and they're just like, you ask any other actor to do that, and they'd be like, "What?"
No,
And Tom Cruise is like,
fucking way.
Tom Cruise is like, "I'll try and do it the first time, but I just don't know."
We might need two.
Yeah,
The man is a Scientologist.
yeah, he's fucking weird. Like if you like speaking of removing artists from art,
Yep. Yep.
I don't want to fucking hear one Tom Cruise story that doesn't pertain to a Tom Cruise movie. But when I'm watching a Tom Cruise movie, I was like, you fucking got this."
That man is amazing.
Very short.
He's incredibly short.
That's why Oliver likes
I'd
him so
love
much.
to be the guy who's just in charge of making him look tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be hard.
Yeah,
You'd-
because
you'd-
you would never know he's short watching any of those.
Yeah, you'd have to be in there from
he's-
day one. We'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
we have to make everything, like make these doors shorter, make these sets
Like I
shorter.
almost wonder if that's a guy who is like that's a Tom Cruise guy. Tom Cruise,
Yeah,
you,
yes,
He's
you
his
get
man.
you get that guy with Tom Cruise. You don't hire that guy before you make a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, it's like Tom Cruise is like, you know what? You need to talk to Brando about that one.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's $1.5 million for me and 70,000 for my guy who makes me look taller.
Yeah.
You pay
It's a
us back.
package deal.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
Cruise. His name's Cruz. My name's Tom. Together, we are Tom Cruise.
That's right.
Let's talk about some news, shall we?
Tom News.
Oliver, pull your chair in, and then we'll talk about some news.
You can lean in.
Spin that chair up. Spin that
Ooh.
chair up. I can. All
Right,
right.
only needs the edge.
All right. You're gonna get farther back. That's right.
You're gonna tell him one story that he doesn't like. He's just
That's right.
all the way back. Just,
Oliver, Battlefield 5, Battlefield V. V has come also. has been pushed back. I don't know. I'm
That's
just
how you get me.
word salad. Here we go.
No, that had Metal Gear
Yep.
fucking connotation, so that's how you got me.
Metal Gear 5 has been delayed to November for, quote, final adjustments to gameplay. Really, it has been delayed to November because who the fuck wants to release in the same week as Call of Duty and Red Dead 2?
No.
Nobody.
The
Idiots.
story came out. Was that already the story that came out that they said, we're not selling very many of these? We're not selling very many of these, just like Titanfall 2 didn't sell very many.
I didn't pull that story, but that is another part of it where EA...
That might have been last week's story, if it was a story.
It was last week. We didn't read it. But EA's basically said, like, so Battlefield 5 is going to flop, but we're gonna pull it together in the last quarter.
Maybe if more of you pre-order, it'll come out faster.
Well, that's probably
Wink, wink.
what they're basing their number on, I would
Yeah.
guess. If they're preemptively like, well, this game's a failure, but don't worry, Battlefront 2 is... Uh-oh.
No.
It maybe even seems like maybe EA is kind of scrambling a little bit. Maybe they're on the back foot for the first time.
For the first time?
Yeah.
Well,
Back foot for the first time in weeks since the last loot box scandal.
They've been on the back foot for a while, but I mean, EA's just been this unstoppable juggernaut since like, I don't know, when 2010 when they just started absorbing everybody.
I'll bet you they'll be still totally fine. Even though it's hard to think of a video game company that has put so many consistent back-to-back bad decisions and mediocre games, I think they'll still be fine.
Probably.
No.
I'm sure. I don't know. Like, I don't keep a finger on the sports pulse. So I don't know how their sports stuff is doing for them, but
It's right under the taint.
yeah,
That's
that's
where you
why
feel for that.
that's why I don't. That's it's a little Vaseline on
There's your heart, and that's your pulse, and your sports pulse is right down under here.
Subnautica is getting a not just an expansion, a standalone expansion. Speaking of separating art from artist, I don't know if anyone remembers the stories, but some of the folks involved in Subnautica, real shitbags. Still, it's hard to talk about a thing that you know is made by horrible people, but I still really love.
What are the, like, without going too deeply into it?
Some of the people involved are Nazis and not even neo-Nazis, just straight up Nazis and racist.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Like,
I never heard that.
very bad individuals, bad dudes.
They made the sound. Is that right?
Yeah, it's I don't know the specifics.
They
It's
probably
all
got their
wrapped
greasy
up.
Nazi figures in all the pies.
I mean, listen, you get things, especially like look at the AAA video games we love today. They're made by, not underselling it, 10,000 people have probably had their hands on that product before it gets into yours. There's going to be a racist in there at some point.
Yeah, triple K video games.
At what point?
I mean,
It feels weird, right?
Who's the head guy at Quantic Dream? Who's not a cool dude?
David Cage. Yeah, no, he's
not a cool dude.
Not a cool dude at all.
I love his games.
Yep.
No.
Separate the art from
I
artist.
think it's tough when you talk to someone about that because like, oh, you support them. It's like, yes, but I always tell you I dislike him
exactly.
before I.
Yep.
Whenever I talk about him, I always tell you he's a bag of shit.
That's right.
Listen, Kanye is kind of a nutcase and kind of an idiot, but goddamn does he ever
You see
make
his
good
fucking
music.
shoes that he keeps posting on Twitter?
don't like
Those
his
really
shoes.
giant shoes.
Yeah, the big chunky like
It's fucking
dad
huge.
shoes. Yeah, no good.
I thought the one. I was like, oh, this is a joke. He's like making fun of his own big shoes, and then another one came out. I was like, these shoes are even bigger.
Listen, he's a nutcase.
Apparently, just try them out. Jeff Goldblum says they're super comfortable.
I mean,
I trust
kind of
Jeff Goldblum.
yeah.
So do I.
Nutcase, kind of an idiot, but goddamn, does he ever make good music?
Goldblum is a crazy you can get behind.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
100%.
For sure.
They're releasing an expansion. It's standalone. It's called Below Zero, and it goes to the polar regions of the planet. They have some screenshots, which looks like Subnautica, except instead of being on the surface, there's a thick layer of ice above, and that seems terrifying.
Yeah.
It's standalone, which I said, but to emphasize, standalone. Very cool. You don't need to own the base game to play this. Subnautica, very cool.
Yes.
Very, very,
I'm
very,
still waiting
very
for
cool.
that game to come out on Xbox, which it is supposed to.
It may one day, hopefully. This thing enters early access in a few months, so it's going to be a long way out.
Might it just be kind of lame if it's standalone? What if it's just like expansion size but just full game price because it's standalone?
That might be lame.
Yeah.
That might be super lame.
Yeah.
I hope it's like, I don't know. We'll see what it is.
Yeah, hopefully it's great.
Hopefully it's like that Uncharted
Like it's like hopefully it's like a new Subnautica game that just uses the same engine.
It's like Subnautica 1.5 instead of a proper 2 or something.
That's fair.
I'd love more Subnautica. I really love Subnautica. Remedy Games, the folks who made Alan Wake, the folks who made Quantum Break. Quantum Break.
Yeah.
They are looking into, or they are developing ongoing live multiplayer games for basically the first time in the studio's history. They have an internal team. They are assigning to create new types of ongoing live multiplayer game experiences. Whatever that means.
It's just making video games.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. Probably more, I would think something like an Overwatch.
Okay. MOBAs.
Yeah, well, no, but yes. A game that comes out and costs a certain amount, and then they trickle in characters or maps or what, like live multiplayer games. Rainbow Six Siege. I would love some loot boxes.
Like not paid DLC.
Yeah, or even paid DLC in some cases. Yeah. But it's a big deal because Remedy has kind of only ever made single player story driven games like Alan Wake, like Quantum Break.
Those don't make money.
I guess not. Yeah. I think they truly don't anymore, which is the biggest bummer.
It's sad. It's sad and scary.
Yes. All that said, their next game, Control, will not have multiplayer. That's the weird one about the lady with powers or whatever the fuck is going on. The gun that breathes. Remember the breathing gun at E3?
Yeah. That looked okay.
Yeah, totally. That will not have multiplayer, they've said.
Good. Make that game.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about this other game.
There was another Finnish developer too, Housemark, who they used to make kind of single player arcade. You remember Resogun for? Yep, came out original. It was a PS4 launch. They kind of made little like $10, $15, $20 arcade experiences, and they have since kind of similarly. Now they're making competitive online shooters. So get your fingers in where the money is. This maybe sort of reads like Remedy is thinking about a battle royale game.
Yep.
No, I think everyone's
hot
kind
right
of
now.
thinking about a battle royale game.
True. And then we never. So here's a real bummer. This last story I got. We didn't read the first story because I don't usually have much context to add to these things and kind of no insightful opinion. Apparently, Riot Games, very sexist and toxic workplace. There's been a huge expose. Kotaku talked to 28 current ex-Riot employees, did a big, wide story, blew the whole thing open. And as soon as they wrote their story, other employees at Riot started posting their stories, and it's kind of come out that Riot is a very kind of dude bro culture, very toxic and very sexist.
Riot is League of Legends?
League of Legends, yes. They have only ever made League of Legends. They employ 2,500 people, which is insane. Awesome. They, at one point, were designing their own internet, which who knows what that is currently, the state of that is. They were making their own internet just for League of Legends, which is going to be high, like low latency, faster response, this whole thing.
That's cool.
I'm on board. They've been doing that for years. And anyways, Riot has released a statement now. They officially say like, hey, yep, we fucked up real bad. This story's all out there. If you want to go look into it, I'm not going to get into the details here because it is some real rotten stuff.
And there's a lot on it if you want to seek it out.
A lot on it. You can find it very easily yourself. Riot has come out, has acknowledged it, has said, we're going to turn this whole thing around. We are hiring consultants. 80% of the people that work there are male, which is maybe part of the problem. I don't know. It's a whole can of worms that me, Mr. 27-year-old white male, entitled, privileged individual, kind of can't really speak to any of this for better or for worse.
Yes.
So I kind of don't.
So Oliver, what do you think?
Yeah, that's right. That's why we have the diversity here. Oliver, what do you...
I don't know. I've never...
Again, it's primarily, I guess it isn't a race thing. The most of the stories are, it is specifically toxic to women in the workplace.
I've always worked in like male-dominated like work environments.
Yeah, most of us probably have.
Yeah, and so, but I don't know. I've just always been. I've never really bought into that sort of like that sort of what's the word?
Catcalling.
I mean, I do my fair share.
Of that, Oliver.
Right? But I just don't. I don't buy into like if there's a girl in a crew of like guys. Like, I will do my best to make her feel comfortable and, like, welcome. Right?
Yeah. Some of the stuff they outline in the stories that come out are things like recommending very qualified and in some cases overqualified women for positions that are open, and just having them constantly get shut down, constantly of like, they're not a right fit for this company, basically. And they go into some of the hiring practices where to kind of boil it down, they basically only would hire people like, how much League of Legends do you play? What's your ELO? Okay, you're good enough. Yeah, you can be a member of this team, and stuff like that, where maybe you don't want every single person on a project to be super ingrained in that project. You need balance.
Maybe you want good workers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want, and League is famously toxic. Maybe you don't want the upper echelon of that toxic sludge to make up your company.
Blizzard's doing that. Like the last 6 or 7 posts I've seen for Hearthstone are you consistently legend is the one thing they're going for. So it's going to be kind of similar output.
Yeah. And maybe we'll start, like, it's very tough with the big companies, right?
Yeah.
Big companies are very good at keeping most of the stuff quiet until suddenly it's not. So I don't know.
It's kind of weird because you say like you are in that demographic to be like, I really can't speak on this because
I feel like I can't because I don't experience any of it, right?
We're equally the people who can most do something about it, and also the people who are just like, yeah, I'll do something about it whenever I am in a position where I can do something about it. But at the same time, it's like, I can't pretend to know what it's like to be anything other than the most privileged person.
It's true. At some level, it feels like even trying to relate to those struggles, people be like, well, you don't fucking know anything. What do you you grew up here in white suburbia? Like, what the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
Talking Reckless Incorporate's only 8 people, so we can't really speak to that.
And honestly, none of them are, like, we have a great mix, I suppose, of white and like majority, minority, red, heterosexual, homosexual. We don't have any women on this show.
There's a good diversity of like personalities.
Totally.
But
like half a woman.
He's very attractive.
If you boil it down, like I am the only colored person in this group.
Totally true.
Yes.
100%.
Right? But I've never felt that like that is a thing.
Well, we might not be shitbags.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. But like, I think part of the problem too is that we don't think like that, and maybe we should. Like, maybe we should
really?
kind of.
We should be shitbags.
Well, no, but we should be thinking about like, well, maybe we should try and see if we can get a woman on this show, you know. But at the same time, then it feels like, well, then suddenly I feel like I'm playing into the stereotype. Do not like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah,
it's different for us because we're not hiring.
It's true.
Like, if we don't get, like, you don't have a spot to fill and get this large selection of people. You say, who wants to do a podcast? Let's go for barbecue. And the 7 people who get back to you are the people that you take.
Absolutely. And if one of them, like, we've had Amber on the show before, who is both a woman and does not play video games, and now she does more, but it's
second best rock band singer we ever had was a woman.
That's true. Yeah. I'd love to get a lady on these shows. The problem is, I don't like to meet new people. Yeah. So
there you go.
New people
it's a weird thing to talk about. All that info's out there. I encourage you to look it up and get involved in the discussion. And
don't be shitty.
Don't be shitty.
Yeah.
Don't be shitty. Honestly, like if it kind of came up a little earlier on the stream this week, and it's a hard thing to talk about, but like. I love everyone who supports us and all the listeners and everything. If that said, if you are a racist or a sexist or discriminate against anybody, fuck off. I don't want you here. Take your dollars and your views and all. Goodbye.
Take them away.
We don't need help that bad.
It's true.
Podcast.
Pretty bad.
Very,
but not that
very
bad.
badly. Yeah. Not that bad. Yeah. Podcast at talkingreckless.com is the email address. We solved every debate, solved every problem, got nothing wrong, every correction.
Yep.
We've never once said anything incorrect in our life. So the email section this week is empty.
We call that clean. We call that a win.
Yes, we did it.
Way to go, fellas.
Woo!
Yeah.
If you want to challenge that fact, if you think maybe we have said something incorrect before. Maybe there is a debate out there that we have yet to solve. You need an ombudsman.
Is there anything in the chat?
Any
questions at a glance?
Yeah, I'll take a quick gander as they see if we can get anything last minute here. Mm-hmm. But podcast at talkingreckless.com is the email address. Or drop on our subreddit, r/talkingreckless. I'm going to give the chat, 30 seconds to get anything.
It's got to be good question.
It's got to be good question.
Ooh.
Otherwise, you're banned.
That's right. For life. Right, you and the racists.
Yeah, that's right. We hold you at equal regard. Racists and bad question askers.
While we wait for some questions, let's talk about that Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, that was good.
That E3 gameplay demo, they kind of put it out there for the world to see. Oh boy, what a video game!
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very awesome. For a little bit, I was like, this strikes me a lot like Deus Ex.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But in like the whole how you're playing the game, but I mean this world feels like they're filling it with people that are actually going about their day, and like you could probably follow one dude and like see him go through his entire day and be like, this is guy.
Yeah, they came out and they said like everyone's got their own daily routine. Is it wrong that whenever people say that, I only think of Majora's Mask, which is such a like low level version of that concept?
Okay, I know on day 3
because
you
have the clock,
and,
because the clock's right on your screen. You're just like, Postman's gonna be here in 5 minutes.
It looks very like everything they show in that gameplay trailer looks. Nothing looks canned to me. Like every animation almost looks.
The thing that I sort of separated from Deus Ex is like in Deus Ex, for the most part, like guys are just sitting on like the park bench and living out their life, quote unquote, or whatever. Whereas this one, people are crossing the roads and like living their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eating at a noodle shop.
Yeah. And it just feels live to me. And I mean, that's just a weird thing to say, but like. When I was watching this 48-minute long video, I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Like, holy shit, this world. This is awesome.
Yes, and it's like the world is so... even in that little gameplay trailer, it feels so fleshed out and so alien that, like, when... So there's a part very early where she does the V? Is that her name? The main character? I think it's V?
Buddy calls him, like, Jaime? It's a Jason. But yeah, I don't know. V, yeah, let's call her V.
She's come as well. Yeah. Anyways, you're sent out to rescue a girl or whatever, and you get her, and she's like, she's basically like ODing. It looks like, and you call the ambulance, and the ambulance guys show up, and men with machine guns come up. Because you're like, hey, I saved this lady. Like, I finished the mission. I'm the good guy. And men with guns get her, like, put her on the ground and step back, and like you don't step back fast enough, so one of them shoves you. And it, oh man,
should have stepped back.
Should have stepped back.
I'm excited. Like I was saying, I don't think we were recording yet, but I was as soon like I looked at it a little bit, saw it. I was like, "Fuck, this looks good," and just fucking turned it off.
Sold.
Yeah,
it looks incredible. They did a similar thing with The Witcher. Do you remember when CD Projekt Red showed The Witcher in like 20, whatever it was? They showed it at E3, and it was the beginning, that opening mission of like Hunt the Griffin, that thing in White Orchard. And then the game came out, and it was like, "This doesn't look like the game. This is shit. What have you done?" I'm a little, and I'm sure they are a little wary of that whole thing happening again. Same thing with Spider-Man, which is coming out. Yes,
did you see the Twitter thing?
The puddle is gone.
That was so
what? So
like the way that like account was responding to him too.
There are many puddles in many other parts of the game. Full fucking stop.
Yeah, this picture of this one puddle that got smaller, and they're like, well, puddles got smaller. It's like there's more puddles everywhere. Everyone, calm down.
I have talked to the coding team. They can confirm they did not downgrade the puddles.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck. But yeah, something similar probably gonna happen, or maybe it won't, because maybe they're very like no. The lighting and the shading and everything has to be. This game has to look like this when it comes out.
The best part about not being a PC gamer with a very good high-end PC is that I always look at that and I'm like, it's not gonna look at that. Yeah. It's not gonna look at all like that.
It could be zero puzzles on console or puddles.
Yeah, they could not downgrade this at all, and I'll put it in my Xbox and it'll be fucking like a fucking stick man walking through a white background.
Just says Geralt above it.
Yeah. I'm very excited. It could literally be a sci-fi cyber reskin of The Witcher 3, and I would be like so ready for that.
Oh yeah, it's so much more. There's a lot going on there.
This first person, which I think is going to be really cool.
Yeah, they even addressed that in the thing, because I guess that was a big sticking point. We're like, it's not third person. Fuck this. You're like, what? Like you. What? People just get
suck.
outraged. People suck. But they even the video, they're like, it's a first-person game because we feel that increases the immersion.
Yeah.
And like cut out the part where it's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I like that they do like the cutscenes where you can actually see the character as well, versus like a Fallout thing where they'll do
You
the
kinda
conversation
keep going
yeah,
in
yeah,
first
yeah.
person, yeah. Because you get character is relatively customizable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Is they are they?
Yeah, the character creator shows like you can actually make your guy look.
and I think I
very
heard about
different.
that
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So I think it was
Yeah.
that was a big thing people had with the first person thing, but then they were like, it's
seen
in
'em.
you spend a lot of that game in cutscenes and conversations. You'll see plenty of your character.
And they talk about how that jacket that she equips or whatever, it not only armor has armor attributes, but it has like street cred attributes, which
Your cool stat goes
yeah,
up.
well, yeah, I don't think you've seen.
I
the
put all
complete
my
thing, but
attributes in a street cred.
Yeah.
Is that actual? Is that the status cred, or is it? I think it is
There's,
cool.
there's
isn't
yeah,
it?
there's street cred, which I don't really know exactly what it is, but that's
gonna
what
be
they call it.
that's gonna be a 10 before anything else gets a
I
point.
think
or however-
weird and cool are both stats.
weird and cool.
Weird and cool.
So I pretty much slept on Witcher for the most part, and I know you guys just
Oh, so good.
yeah,
And
so
I don't even. That was the first one of those I ever played.
That's one of the things that makes me just so excited about this game because I'm like I love this setting. This looks awesome, and I know they can weave a really good tale from what the
Yeah.
boys tell me. So I'm really looking forward to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The quality of side quest writing in The Witcher was. That is what my biggest compliment for that game, where it was just like, fucking just go up to a cabin and it would be the best side quest you've ever played.
Yep.
Like,
Real life doesn't have side quests. Real
Yep.
life just has quests, and sometimes some of them turn out to be, oh, that was useless.
yep. The amount of time I spent being like, this entire realm is going to burn to ash because I'm in no hurry to go save it.
Witcher, I need you to find my pot.
Yeah.
Oh, the pot quest is so
There's
good.
a pot. Any
Is that
questions?
like super
yes,
early?
I do have one. That's very, very early. That's like
Yeah,
the first.
I think
the
I've
pan.
even
I think it's a
played that.
pan
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yelling at you from outside the door.
Yeah,
Why
big,
not?
big old pretzel wrote in and said, "Why do you think CD Projekt Red decided to release the gameplay footage?" I assume referring to the cyberpunk.
It could act in the same way a trailer does, which
Yeah.
just hypes up conversation.
Oh
and
yeah, no, for this exact
excitement,
reason,
yeah.
like we're talking about it right now, for the exact reason that made you write the question.
It is insane how long it was.
Very, very long,
Yeah.
and I think they really wanted to show like this isn't just The Witcher with a you know, it's where Dragon Age and Mass Effect are very much the same game with two different flavors.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to go out of their way to be like, oh no, these are very, very
Yeah.
different, very, very different. Roach is a car now.
I'm gonna call my car Roach.
It looked
If
driving.
they let me name my car.
Did you see the driving at all? The
Yeah,
driving.
They showed the driving.
I couldn't tell if it was on the rails or if I am just gonna mow down everybody because like you're in a real driver position, but like you can't shoulder check and turn your head. And stuff.
I don't want control of my car in the way I have control of my horse, because I can't just randomly. I don't want to just randomly kill so many innocent people on the way to my destination.
That's kind of what I was one because they're driving through like very crowded. It looks it's like Blade Runner almost,
Yeah.
like downtown Shanghai or something. It looks like.
And it's Grand Theft Auto. I don't care.
Exactly.
I'll mount the sidewalk to get around traffic and take 30 people out.
But I don't want
And
to
I
do it in
don't wanna do it.
Cyberpunk.
No.
No. And there's
Oh, I don't want my weird stat that high.
Maybe up your street cred.
it seems
true.
Cold-blooded murder. That's cool.
It seems like also there might just be spots in the game where you can just die. You can just fail if you want because there's a part in that trailer where someone has a gun to your head or something, and the narrator's like, "Now it might be tempting to go for the gun." I'm like, "Fuck yeah! Pull the gun out and slow down time!" And bang, 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 bang. But they kind of hinted like, "No, you'll die."
Yeah.
You try to pull your gun, they have a gun against your head, you'll
Yeah.
die. So that I'm really curious to know about all that stuff. It seems like a hell of a game.
Excited.
I remember. Okay, so they released the trailer at E3, but they also had that closed doors thing, which I think this is what they showed.
Sure.
And I was very curious about that, but I was totally like content with the trailer they showed.
I feel like they showed something different that we got than they got just
Yeah?
from the people who I follow in the media,
Yeah.
seeing this thing and saying it was new. Like
Huh.
there was new stuff.
Oh, cool.
So maybe it was just a bigger version of that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
or maybe
I
it was
did-
something totally different.
I did hear about a lot of. I thought it was the same
Really? I thought I
behind
heard it
closed
was
doors.
different than the one they showed at E3.
It might be. I don't know. Having not seen the one at E3.
yeah, right.
Right.
So I was content with the trailer, and I'm like, "Fuck, this game looks awesome." Right, but and then they sort of just dropped this out of nowhere like last week, like fucking 48 minutes. I never watch anything too long on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's always like a 3-minute fucking Chris Hart or Kevin Hart video. I'm like, that's hilarious. It's
Little
funny.
ASMR before bed.
And then fucking 48 minutes, I'm like, I really want to watch this. This looks fucking good. And I was totally rewarded.
I hope you play it and enjoy it. I think it'll
Oh,
be.
he's not gonna play it.
No, I think it's
pretty.
I think it'll be one of those
excited
games
about
you
the whole
buy and
concept.
play the first hour. And you're like, I don't know what it is. I really like it. I just can't seem to. I just fall
It's just
asleep.
too long.
I just
God
have
of War.
narcolepsy. I
For
don't
sure.
know.
God of War is just
Did you ever finish God of War?
No.
Listen,
That's
game,
the thing, like-
Game of the Year's coming. So I mean,
If you couldn't finish God of War, I don't know what you can't finish.
no, it's not Spider Man. We'll see.
Yeah, Spider-Man's gonna be pretty
Detroit.
dope, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, Detroit is
apparently
I
Really
mowed
good.
through Detroit.
it's very short.
Yeah, it's
like-
not like very.
It's like 8 hours.
Yeah.
You just sit there and get it done.
I could probably play through that game again, like, and just mow through it and
Yeah.
just make all the different decisions. Like that game is very interesting.
Yeah, it is neat.
really mess.
But that
you
guy's
up.
a jackass.
Did you guys play it?
No.
You guys should play
You
it.
should probably
Looks
play
super
it.
sweet.
Yeah.
I've seen
It-
playthroughs. Or I guess the first.
Yeah, but it'll be
little bit.
different. Like
Yeah,
our
it's really
three
cool.
games have been different.
Very
Ooh.
different. Yeah. Don't pay
That's
full
neat.
price. Also,
No.
I can almost guarantee it'll be on PSN Plus. Probably not this year.
Probably, yeah.
Like count
eventually.
Give it like
I'm
14
paying
months from now.
$80 for 8 hours. It's ridiculous.
Once Matt pisses me off about something in Game of the Year, I'll be
That'll be
linking
the
it
one.
all over
That'll be the
for
horse.
Detroit.
Yeah.
I've learned how Game of the Year works enough that I know I have to start sewering the game I want to win
Yeah.
about March. And then by the time Game of the Year comes around, like, ha-ha!
Rope-a-dope.
Detroit the whole time. Podcast, talkingreckless.com is an email address, or drop on the subreddit r/talkingreckless. That is it for me. The Sat Pod is a podcast about wrestling. satpod.podbean.com. What do I got to tell you about? Path and Neo's on Wednesday, September the 16th. That's Hell in a Cell. That's Heck in a Cage.
Heck in a cage.
Yeah, Warren and I are going to be playing some
are you
wrestling
doing that?
games that day.
You know that at
Probably-
Chateau Us or Chateau U?
Probably Chateau here,
Chateau
maybe. Yeah, here or me. I don't know. We'll
Gotcha.
Studio
we'll talk.
B.
Depends how many people want it. You want to tune in? You want to join?
No,
Not
if
tune in,
it's
but
before
be on?
if it's for the pay per view,
It'll be before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, if you're watching the pay per view, I'll watch pay per view. But
We will not be watching the pay-per-view.
gotcha.
No.
Why bother?
Nah, I got better
You
things.
got-
Honestly,
yeah.
I have better things to do.
Yeah.
But that's it. Yeah, join us then, September the 16th. That's a Sunday. It was the third Sunday in September. Is correct. Yep. Would love to have you, Brandon Lynch. Loved having you
Thank
here
you.
on the podcast.
Loved being here.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy Mission Impossible. You have to report back in, give us a review.
It sounds like it is a movie made for the kind of movies I enjoy.
I've heard good things. Bryce Zenek,
Thank you.
thank you so much for joining us.
Fantastic.
Thanks for bringing the cube,
Oh, yes.
the D&D Hypercube.
So sweet.
It's too sweet. All regular?
I need a tall maker, like Tom Cruise has a tall maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could pay anyone enough. You know,
Maybe the Hobbit guy's available.
yeah, it's tough.
I guess that's the opposite way.
No,
way we
that's
want
the
it to
opposite.
go.
They make him look
maybe he can
smaller.
do both.
Peter Jackson, see what he's doing.
Yeah.
You're
I
not
just
that
need lifts in my
short.
shoes.
How tall are
Oh,
you?
yeah, who's
5'3"
taller?
and a half.
5'3". Oh, you are very short.
Yeah, Tom
That's
Cruise
true.
is taller than you.
Yeah,
Yep.
he is. I think he's like 5'5".
Yeah, so just get his guy.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I need a tall maker.
No, just get his guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Get Cruise.
Cruise of Tom Cruise.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll get you taller.
He's too expensive. I can't afford him.
You should get those haircuts every week. And you at home, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be back here in exactly a week. I'll be on the Twitch, twitch.tv/TalkingReckless podcast every single day in between, or you can find us talkingreckless.com/live. That's it for us. We'll see you in 7 days. It'll be 241 of the Talking Reckless podcast. See you then. Scene. Okay, now we can go back to pretending, or not pretending like we like video games. Oh, God.
What was
Back
with,
to anime.
Fucking hate
Yes.
them. Let's talk about Full Metal, you
what
guys.
was with the uptick in viewership? Like, did that just
For what?
happen?
Yeah, it just happened.
That's sweet.
It was. It was very sweet.
Yeah.
Did you get on Wednesday or no?
No.
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 Oh, that's too
That's
bad.
when you were playing Follow, yeah?
Wednesday night I was building a deck. I was building a deck with my dad on Wednesday night.
What
was the question,
Your
sorry?
uptick in viewers.
Oh, I was playing
Yeah.
Fallout. That's
Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Something on Monday just really popped off.
What did you peek
Sweet.
at?
Like 60 people or something.
Fucking
Awesome.
right.
Yeah, for our little stream, that was
A+.
big numbers.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
A. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Honestly, I wish I did. I wish I knew the secret formula.
Just Play the old hotness. That's the key.
No, that's not the key at all. I play the old hotness at least 1 day a week, usually more than 1 day a week.
Yeah.
I was born on the old hotness, Bryce.
Ooh. Thrive on it.
Molded by the old hotness. What should we play for Weird Game Wednesday next week? I don't have a game.
I told you a game you could play.
I forget what we
No.
can't do
Toy
back-to-back
Story 2.
Matrix games.
No, it wasn't back to. It was Silicon Valley.
Oh,
Starship
right.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah, right.
You should fucking play that game.
Maybe.
You play that game.
I usually like to at least know something about the games because they're usually...
Don't you do that.
They're usually
That's
pretty
not going to make
bad.
that any better.
So at least I'll be like, well, here's some context while we fucking suffer this game.
What's the impetus of that?
I don't
Just
know.
like-
I don't want to play Fallout 7 days a week.
You said you just pick out a random game.
Yeah, a weird game.
You like
should
anime?
pick a
Get some
Brando
anime
game.
games.
Catherine's a weird game.
Yeah,
Catherine's a really
super
weird game.
What are you doing? A new playthrough of Mass Effect?
We just finished 2.
Yeah, you said on a tweet that you were going to do another playthrough or something.
Another.
I don't think I
playthrough.
said that. Of 2? Another playthrough of 2?
Hang on, let me check. Maybe I just probably just browsed it.
Not
But
worth going back
I was like, but when you said it, I was like, what the fuck for?
You gotta do Mass Effect 3 times.
If everything
All 3
goes,
colors.
yeah, all 3 endings.
Endings.
I might play Andromeda in the month of October
Don't make people.
if the people deem it so.
That's not spooky stuff.
Don't
Gotta play
let the
spooky
people
things
have that.
Oh
on
no,
it.
we'll play
Sure.
spooky.
Spooky
Oh
games
yeah,
in October.
I'm going to. I'm going to play Resident Evil 7. I'm going to play.
That game's so
I don't know.
scary.
Marathon. for Resident
I'm not a
Evils.
good.
Boom.
I'm not a good. I don't.
You don't scare.
I do, but when I get scared, I clench. I don't like. I like. Oh fucking goddamn it!
Oh, you must
my
have
god!
you must have been just talking about a different game because you're like, we're wrapping the Mass Effect 2 Suicide Mission, doing some DLC, and starting a brand new playthrough.
yeah, of a new game. Of a new
Right,
game.
but it
was-
just
I think was
ended
Fallout
there.
4,
Yeah.
No, I see what you.
And I was like, why?
Yeah, we're just going through again.
Renegade this time.
Might play Andromeda, yo.
Was the
Resident Evil
DLC for
VR.
Mass
I don't
Effect?
think it's out yet. I've been waiting. Ed, I've been waiting for 7 to come to Vive, but I don't think it's out.
It's just Oculus.
Yeah.
Is it not out yet?
No, it's just PSVR. I think. I don't think it's on
Really?
Oculus
Yeah, I
yet.
thought it was. I thought it was like the big launch for it. No.
I'll look. I would play it on
Alas.
VR if it was, but like, I don't get scared. I get uncomfortable and
Did you play Alien?
I clench.
You can ham it
I
up
played
a
a bit.
bit.
Of it, yeah.
Yeah.
You can probably ham it up.
I don't.
That game's
don't
I don't do that. I
scary.
don't
That
ham
game's scary.
Maybe if there's a
Un-
smell-o-vision, it'd get the audience involved.
unbridled
But, like,
authenticity. That's my gimmick. I don't ham up shit. The most hammed up I get is when someone plays the Roman Reigns theme, and I'm like, "Oh, boo! You suck."
111.
They don't
is
really suck.
East of here. Yeah, good.
Good. GPS your way.
No, there's a traffic accident on White Mud 111th, westbound,
Boo.
Were you
White
watching a
mud.
movie?
West End.
oh,
Dead Space. Yeah, think of some scary games, you guys. Think of some scary games.
Silent Hills.
If you're on the
Okie
st-
dokie.
if you-
Yes.
if you're on the stream, if you're on the stream
I found a
tomorrow,
hilarious video.
it's gonna be
Okie dokie.
something little. We're gonna change a thing. I just hate change. It'll be fine.
What are you
It'll be
changing?
What
fine.
are you gonna do?
I'll turn
Nothing.
one of the things off.
Nothing. No.
Put a wig on.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a wig on.
Nice.
No, we're gonna start have some goals. Start some stream, some donation goals type stuff. Show up tomorrow, on a month by month basis, and maybe we will play Andromeda. That is, it's gonna be one of the goals. It's gonna be one of the goals.
What?
Yeah.
I would. You're asking them to pay you to play Andromeda?
In no.
Why?
Yep. In not so many words. I don't know. Because a lot of people like it.
You know what you should do? Get this. If you donate to me,
Mm-hmm.
we won't play Andromeda.
That's right. Every donation we get keeps Andromeda off the air for another day. A lot of people like it. A lot of people genuinely think it's all right. And I only played the first maybe 7 or 8 hours.
Maybe they fixed it.
Oh, yeah,
You're
play the
talking to a
first
couple
16.
of the
If the price
big
is
Mass
right.
Effect fans that were
If the price
totally
is right.
we're totally into the idea of Andromeda,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I hear you like Doki
No.
Doki. This is fantastic. I had a good laugh.
Okay. Have you guys played Doki Doki? Okay. These are the Doki Doki girls, I believe. Yeah.
This is fucking hypnotic.
is D&D still centering on your storyline?
They're all
Yeah,
dancing to
yeah,
Mambo number
Nobody else
5.
is pulling out anything?
That's a great song.
No. Yeah.
Is there?
What's your story been about?
Is there-
Are we
Still
still
curing my
going?
It's still live.
baseness.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're just
going back to
bullshitting.
Thola.
We're watching
And
the
then-
Doki
yeah, on top of the
Doki
mountains. Right now we're
ladies
working through the
dance to Mambo number 5. Is there a punchline? Or is
No,
it?
it's as it goes.
Okay.
That was like my when I sent the
a hot
dancing up the stairs video, and everyone just kept waiting for something to happen. And I was like, "No, you got it in the first 5 seconds. Is all I needed you to watch."
They'll start dropping or something, maybe.
That's good.
You're just missing the lyrics.
I finished Age of Apocalypse.
Oh,
in
yes, I am.
comic books.
I didn't really have the
Yeah.
volume up.
Yeah.
Yep. No, you're right.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's awesome.
That's actually
How many
really
X-Men are
good.
you
That's a
getting?
good
How
high level
have you got
joke.
to?
Yeah, and eventually with the dance moves, they go through all the
Like
dance.
I
good stuff.
just
Yeah.
jumped in, but now I'm
Oh, yeah,
starting
they
in
just
like
did it. They just did
I'm
it.
starting in like 2008 now, and kind of reading
all the
everything.
lyrics are
Yeah.
a little
Like,
bit of
not
Monica
everything,
in my
but like
life.
a lot of Marvel stuff. Like
Fantastic.
it's not the top 25 things anymore. It's like here's a list of everything from 1998
Yeah.
on.
Wow.
And just stop reading if you don't like it. Keep going if you do. So I read a lot of Deadpool. I really like.
That you liked?
I did,
I
yeah.
couldn't stand Deadpool.
I think one of the things is I really
It's Canadian
like
treasure.
it's one of the reasons I really like the 60s ones where they kept dropping references that are so dated, and Deadpool's doing that, but with references that I can remember.
Yeah.
So like he like dropped a reference like, oh, this is sappier than a episode of Seventh Heaven, and I'm like, fucking Seventh Heaven. Remember Seventh Heaven? No.
Never watched. No.
I'm pretty
I think Nat
amazed
must have
that
been a fan.
you have not gotten burnt out. I mean, like, there's a lot of variety in every different, like, sort of, like,
Yeah.
continuation or of whatever.
Yeah, it feels like
different.
right when I start getting tired of one,
I think it's
I
because
flip.
I pretty much only read Batman, and I will easily get tired
Yeah.
of, like, fucking another Batman story.
I'm worried that you know how like old men are set in their ways very much. I'm worried that you are in that process now of like I only like Batman and Metal Gear, and I even though Metal Gear's anime, I hate anime, and these are the three tenets around which I will base my life.
Yeah, growing stops at some point, and it's time
Even if
to.
it didn't have to
Yeah.
though.
How do you feel about White Lantern Batman?
White Lantern?
Yeah,
Batman?
What is I don't know what does that
haven't
mean?
read any of the stuff
What's a
where
White
he-
Lantern Batman?
Where he
There's like the 8 different lantern types.
comes
And,
across the
Oh,
lantern.
like a White Lantern and is a Green Lantern but white?
yep, they have
Oh,
like,
okay.
different
Different
subsets
colors.
of
Yeah,
powers.
different
Yeah,
powers. I'm
yeah.
with you. What's
so
white?
what's green? Willpower?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yellow
like,
is fear.
yeah, and the red lanterns are like there's different
Anger or
ones.
rage?
What's the white
Something
one?
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the white one? Or is it all? Is it all the?
I think he's
spectrum.
the only white one because he's resurrected for some reason.
That's
He's
probably
the
like
white
all the
one. I
colors,
don't
right?
know.
All the colors make up white.
I don't know,
Maybe.
but he.
You haven't heard that
I mean,
though. Ooh.
All right, let's.
Bye, Brando.
Yeah,
Yep.
toodaloo.
Ta for now.
Ta-ta.
We'll wrap this up right now. Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for coming, buddy. Yeah.
Stretch out the old gluteus max.
Oh, been there, brother. I'm gonna turn this stream off. Thanks very much for hanging out, everybody. We will see you all tomorrow. Too sweet, tomorrow. See you tomorrow, gang. Thanks very much.